Okie doke. Yeah, last time we went through the prologue and all of Chapter 1. This time we're going to, I guess, start Chapter 2. Ignore me if I'm playing Pokemon immediately after this. I'm just saying, if I see the pop-up in the corner like 30 minutes from now, I'm gonna laugh a little. Yeah, Psycha, also known as Ideal, kind of bit Zadusto, so you know. We're gonna see where things move on from there. As I attempt to run towards her, Incompetent, you have to stay back! A hand reaches out and stops me from behind. I turn to meet Doleful's stern expression. He immediately starts to run, forcibly pulling me along. We can't waste what precious time our chief bought us. You have to make it out of this alive! Doleful. Tears still linger in Doleful's eyes. He must be grieving too, but despite that, he's quashed down his feelings to soldier onwards. Sorry. Let's keep moving. I release his hand and run on my own. He's right. Our morning can wait. Right now, we need to survive this. Renegade, I sense a threat. It's coming from the cliff you're touching right now. Copy that. Impeccable timing, Dolly. As Doleful calls out, Renegade kicks the rocky face of the cliff beside him. Not one moment later, I heard a loud rumbling from above us. All I ever do is attract danger. Stick around and see for yourself. Ooh. Rocks rain down, pummeling the machine with an impact no human can survive. Once again, I'm shown how terrifying Doleful's power can be. However, I mean, yeah, you said no human. That is a capital M machine. The automaton immediately bursts free from the rubble, letting out some kind of metallic war cry as it resumes motion. That didn't work! Not even a scratch. It's tougher than your average tank. Just the thought makes me tingle all over. Save your tingling for later! We managed to stall it for a bit, so let's get going! Charge! A bellowing voice erupts from behind. I fail to notice that Armor had caught up to us until I see him clinging tightly to the machine. They grapple like wrestlers. Armor must have seen Holmes' body, yet he still charged in without hesitation. What incredible resolve. But his strength is outclassed, if only just, and his massive frame is slowly being pushed back. My good compatriots, it matters not what becomes of me. You must press on, post-haste! What? No! You're coming with us too, Armor! We can't lose two people so close to one another. Come on now. Nay, or let loose this metal beast. It would surely annihilate you all. Though I may have failed to protect Ideal Detective, I can still save the rest of... Armor, please. Armor Detective is prepared to give his life. No different from when Holmes gave hers. All I could do is watch helplessly. We have to escape. We need to escape. Hey, Armor. Jump on the count of 3. Jump? Gourmet is suddenly standing next to me, and in front of her... Got a taste of the Japanese fighting spirit! Rowdy wields a massive log that I can only assume she picked up somewhere. Girl's got that Mizuki Okiura strength.
Oh, you're so dashing, Rowdy. I'm gonna give you a kiss later.
Hands to yourself! Rowdy hurls the log towards the black machine.
1, 2, 3!
3! The log rolls beneath Armor as he leaps and smashes directly into the machine. The log seems to have lodged itself between its legs, compromising its balance completely. It feels like we finally made a dent in its armor, so to speak. Oh, that's right! You mentioned having plasma knuckles back in the basement. They must be incredibly powerful, right? Verily, my good sir. The time has come to unleash the energy stored within this right hand of mine. I hear a loud crackling as Armor swings his right arm at the tottering black mass. Taste steel, fiend! Thine end is nigh! Plasma Plasma Knuckles! With a thunderous crack, my vision is overwhelmed by a blinding flash of light. When my eyes adjust, I see the machine has been pushed back considerably. That must have been Armor's doing. His fearsome blow is aided by an electric current, a rather powerful one, evidently. Ooh. But the metal thing doesn't look one bit addled. In fact, it seems ready to charge toward us at any moment. What, is it invincible? Armor, now's a chance to run! My apologies, but in utilizing my plasma knuckles, my whole body has been rendered numb. What? Armor moves so stiffly that I have no choice but to lend him my shoulder and run with all my might. We can't throw away this opening our combined efforts made for us. If it weren't for Holmes, we would have died before we got this far in the first place. The scene replays in my head. In the end, I couldn't bring myself to call her Saika, even when deep down I truly felt it was her. And now there's no way to confirm if Holmes really was the girl I once knew. Damn it. Damn it! As we run, I vent my anger at no one in particular, but ultimately I'm angriest with myself. Armor Detective fought for our sake, yet all I can do is lend him my shoulder. After running for quite some time, we arrive at the manor where the others are waiting.
My word! What's the meaning of this?
And where's the chief? I don't see her. The remaining detectives panic as they see the black mass approaching behind us. There's no time to elaborate. I'll explain later. Quick, open the door!
Then why should I do the bidding of a commoner? Do you have any idea how prestigious my aristocratic family is?
That big black clunker's about to make mincemeat out of us! Now open the goddamn door and get inside, will ya?
All right already.
Cowed by Rowdy's ferocity, the group wordlessly rushes into the manor, and as soon as the lock clicks... A loud banging echoes through the hall as the mass repeatedly slams itself against the door. It continues as if goading us to come out, but the door doesn't seem to budge an inch. I shudder to think what would have happened if we hadn't made it back in time.
The door, it's...
No need to fret. This manor doubles as an emergency shelter for the Alliance. It may look like wood, but it's reinforced by steel. Plus, these windows are bulletproof. Not even tank shells could break through. The banging persists for several minutes until finally it goes quiet. Although our enemy seems to have relented, I can't relax one bit. I'm worried that monstrosity will come busting through the door at any moment. The rest of the detectives are in the same boat. No one can mask their fear after that horrific thing came chasing after us. There's only one person in a good mood. Oh me, oh my. What a predicament we're in.
What is there to make light of? Where's Holmes run off to, and what on earth was that horrid thing? I demand an explanation!
Whoa now, do you really need one? Our chief, ideal detective, was killed. Cut down by that black whatever it was.
Beg pardon?
Renegade's words chilled the entire room. Those of us who were with Holmes hang our heads while the others look at Renegade with incredulous faces.
Oh, pish-posh! Ideal isn't simply intelligent, her prowess in battle is unmatched. Surely this must be some clever ruse of hers. Yes, that must be it. She's made us believe her to be dead. Also, she can come jumping out when it suits her fancy. Oh, that woman vexes me so.
Nay, Lady Posh. I'm afraid Lady Ideal was undoubtedly slain. That metal beast attacked, I leapt forth to impede it. Its blade struck my helm, upon which I fell momentarily unconscious. The same blades attacked Holmes too. I'm glad your armor saved you. Indeed. 'Tis fortunate that I yet breathe. However, my brief moment of weakness proved to be fatal. When I came to, I witnessed Lady Ideal being torn asunder. I rushed to her side in a trice, but it was too late. She breathed her last. Whoa, the bitter sting of regret. Had I only espied those hidden blades sooner, or awoken faster, I could have shielded her. If only I had been stronger! If only! Curses! Curses! The entrance hall reverberates with the sound of Armor's gauntlets pounding against the floor. No one doubts his testimony. How could we? He's far too stricken by grief for it to be a performance. Alright, let's clear some things up. We walked straight into the enemy's trap and our chief was killed. Now that metallic monster is out there and we have no way of leaving. At this point, our only option is to lay low for a while and stay put in this manor. The very same place where senior detective's murderer, the quartering Duke, still hides. Literally, like, yeah, we're just stuck between a rock and a hard place, huh? This manor, where the Duke is hiding. Everyone falls silent at Renegade's words. According to Holmes' theory, the Duke is still somewhere within Gormenghast. What's worse, he could actually be hiding within our ranks. Nobody says a word, but it's obvious that all of us have begun eyeing one another with distrust. If this is playing all along, then the Duke is even more formidable than I thought. Here in this room is a closed circle of detectives, with each one suspecting the rest. We've been lured into an extraordinary dilemma, one that I have yet to see in the pages of any mystery novel. Renegade Detective's words leave the hall deathly quiet.
It's obvious what we must do.
Posh is the first to break the silence.
We must expose the Duke lurking within these walls, as Ideal Detective suggested. I'd wager he was responsible for her demise as well.
Wow, Posh, aren't you phased at all?
What makes you assume I'm not? I apologize for my volume. Even an aristocrat such as myself would be shocked by Ideal Detective's passing. It only serves to emphasize my point. We need to find this culprit at once, and this group needs a chief to carry on her vision. That being said, there's none better suited than yours truly, Posh Detective. I swear to uncover the cat behind Ideal's untimely end. I shall be commencing my investigation at once, so if you'll excuse me.
But Posh, working alone is too dangerous. Hold on, I'll come with you. Workaholic scurries after Posh as she strides towards the hallway by herself. I consider going after her, but stop myself. Things should be fine as long as Workaholic is with her. Well, now's as good a chance of any to take a peek at my room. Your room? Are they assigned to us?
Naturally. This manor was designed to host guests from the outside world, such as us. Though it's unusual for there to be so many at once, so some of us will have to share.
Incompetent, you may take room 101. The one Ideal would have used. You'll find the keys within it. So I'll be staying in Holmes's room. Man, I'm not sure what to think. I failed to do much of anything. Does someone like me really deserve a private room?
During times of emotional distress, it is more vital than ever to eat and sleep well.
Mystic speaks to me as if reading my mind.
I know how it feels to lack the power to save those who are right in front of you. Helpless, you blame yourself.
But what's done is done. At times like this, you must focus on repose. Only a rested mind can render proper judgment. Thank you, Mystic.
Bookie, let us retire to bed ourselves. You must be tired after being up and about since early this morning.
I'm fine, said the girl, in a dignified manner.
Dignified, was it? Your eyes are drooping shut. Now then, everyone, let us reconvene tomorrow for breakfast. I shall be preparing authentic British fare for you all to enjoy.
Having said his piece, Mystic takes Bookworm's hand and leads her up the staircase.
Out of curiosity, Techie, even if we use those friends of yours, we still couldn't get in touch with the outside world, correct?
He's inflicting beans on toast on us.
That's right. It's just like the research facility. I tested each of them, but none were able to establish a connection. My theory is that Morg's communications antenna may be damaged. There are two issues we need to address before we can make external contact. First, locate the island's antenna, and secondly, fix it.
Doing either will be pretty difficult while we're locked inside this manor.
That must be why that slippery little Duke trapped us here. His plan's as nasty as a food stall that refuses to serve you.
Gourmet? I address her without thinking, surprised by the intensity so unlike her usual self. Gourmet immediately softens in her expression in response.
Sorry about that, incompetent. Seems my face is a bit stiff from a lack of sleep. I'm gonna go soak in the tub and head to bed. Don't stay up too late, okay, everyone? We all need to work together if we hope to bring Holmes' killer to justice after all. I'm headed to my room too. I've got something I want to prepare for tomorrow. I'll show you guys in the morning.
With that, Techie and Gourmet exit towards the back of the entrance hall. Downtown, Rowdy, Armor, Doleful, and myself remain behind.
Incompetent. I'm so sorry.
What do you mean, Doleful? Doleful walks towards me and suddenly bows his head. I have no idea why he's sorry. What could have happened? What are you apologizing for? Did something happen?
Because the chief was killed as a result of my ability. That's why. If she'd been alone, she would have escaped to safety, but I insisted on coming along, and now someone is dead because of me. Again.
Awful. The boy is cowering more than usual. He did mention before that his ability drew danger to himself. Maybe that has something to do with why he's so shaken. Keep your chin up, Doleful.
Huh?
I don't know what happened in your past, but this wasn't your fault. In fact, you and Renegade bought us some time. Remember? If you two hadn't slowed that thing with those rocks, I know for a fact that none of us would have survived. That slight delay was what allowed Armor to catch up in time to coordinate with Rowdy and Gourmet. While I was frozen in place, Doleful and Renegade assessed the situation and immediately sprung into action. Two top-class detectives like them are more than deserving of admiration. If anyone's at fault, it's me. I just stood there doing nothing. If I were stronger, I might have been able to protect Holmes. Nay! That's a falsehood, so incompetent! Ah! Armor suddenly envelops Doleful and me in a strong embrace. 'Twas my duty to protect the chief, yet I was failed most shamefully. Fault lies with me for failing to keep her safe. Was it not you, Sir Incompetent, who gave such confident direction in a time of need? Confident direction? That's right, you mentioned having plasma knuckles and... I mean, we just saw this, like, literally 5 minutes ago. I don't need to re-recite the line. That is a point. While in the Duress, I had forgotten the features my armor possessed. The reminder was a tremendous boon. No, that was just me panicking. If anything, I was counting on you to save us. How wondrous it is that you were able to direct me so swiftly. You knew even better than myself what action I should take. I shall forever be in your debt. Fear not, as from here on I vow to protect your life.
Okay, that's enough, guys. You put the kibosh on this pity party already? Ow! No.
Clearly annoyed, Downtown gives each of us a smack on the head.
Like, I know you're bummed about seeing her die and all, but real talk, what's the point of trying to take the blame? Sure, licking your wounds might make you feel better, but that's it. What we need is to think about where to go from here.
Yeah, you're right. Sorry, Downtown.
Oh my god, you're apologizing again? You say sorry way too much. No more sorries around me, okay? Do that one more time and you're gonna get a tongue piercing. I'm sorry.
No, Doleful, stop! You can't say it! Downtown giggles as she watched me bring Doleful to a skidding stop.
Yo, I'm heating up some grub in the dining hall. Anyone fixing to join? You never did finish eating, right? Actually, yeah, now that you mention it. This will be a nice chance to chat out and hash out our next move. Who knows, maybe we'll come up with something good.
An excellent proposal, Lady Downtown. Without sugar, my brain lacks proper function. He's just like me for real.
What, your brain functions? Like, for real?
How cruel, my lady! My brain is perpetually operating at full horsepower. It simply gets poor mileage. I'll join too then. I doubt I'll contribute much, but still.
Incompetent.
As we follow Armor and Downtown to the dining room, I feel Doleful tug at my sleeve, stopping me midway.
Thank you for cheering me up a bit ago. It'll probably still take me some time to work through all of it, but...
Poor mileage. It's a great line.
I do feel a little better thanks to you. You really are quite kind, you know.
Doleful. Doleful's beautiful golden eyes look directly into mine. Looks more silver to me. His gaze imparts a sense of heartfelt trust, one completely different from what he'd been conveying up until now. This feels like the first time since my arrival on the island that I've actually been acknowledged as a detective. I'm so happy I could cry, as gauche as that sounds.
I'm quite pleased for you, Watto. Seems your efforts are paying off.
Oh? I hear a familiar voice right behind me and quickly spin around, but the owner of the voice is nowhere to be seen. Was it just my imagination? There's nowhere to hide around here, so it must have been in my head. It had to be. Oh, wah.
Incompetent? Why did you turn around so suddenly?
Sorry, I thought I heard something. Don't worry about it. It makes me happy to know my words could help. I'm hoping to learn all sorts of things about being a detective from you going forward.
I'd be happy to teach you. As long as you're alright with that, I mean. But, can I ask just one thing in return?
Yeah, of course. Whatever you need. Odd jobs, chores, anything at all.
Nothing so serious. I'd just like if you could be a little more casual around me.
Casual? What do you mean?
Let's keep talking in the dining room. I'm sure the others feel the same way.
Doleful Detective and I join the others in the dining room and begin preparing the food. We reheat the soup, lightly toast the baguettes in the oven, and divide the salad between us. We then gather around the table and, following Downtown's lead, dig in.
Seriously, Incompetent. Ever since we met, I've been like, dude, why is this guy so closed off?
As we begin to eat, the topic of my stiff behavior is brought up with everyone. Downtown chimes in while painting her nails.
I mean, you're older than me, so it's kind of weird for you to be so professional, you know? It's not like I do that to you, right?
But everyone here has had a longer career as a detective. All I am is the newbie.
You worry too much. I'm just a middle schooler, and I don't worry about all that junk. Still called senior pops and all that, see? Like you'd ever respect a hierarchy. A wild child like you wouldn't know jack about social stratification. Stratification? No clue what that means, but I like the sound of it.
Oh my god, we're all just a bunch of dinguses.
Right, detective, at your service. Stick with me and I'll send you on a strata vacation.
That just sounds like you're a mobster threatening to put me 6 feet under. The words you choose matter not. What is of true importance is that you respect your fellow man. I, for one, feel that Sir Incompetent does indeed respect me, nay, all of us. One needn't get in a lather over their manner of speech.
I think that feeling matters most as well. We're close in age, so let's keep it casual. It'll be easier that way. Right, Incompetent?
I guess, but still. Downtown, who's seated next to me, throws her arm around my shoulder as I mumble.
Alright, that's that. Next time you act all stuffy with us, Ratty gets to punch ya.
Does everything need to have a punishment attached? Is it really that big a deal?
Chill out, dude. We'll let Doleful be a part of this too. Me? But why? Cause you do the same thing, duh. You're always all monkey see, monkey do. What's that supposed to mean? Relax. I don't have any trouble smacking ya. Don't actually hit me.
Doleful cries out for remorse, his voice echoing through the halls of the manor. We're such a good family. Sir Incompetent, you've touched nary a scrap of your supper. Are you unwell? Armor, who is also seated beside me, shoots me a worried glance. It seems he's noticed I haven't taken so much as a bite yet. I'm fine, thanks. I know I need to eat, but my body just won't cooperate. One can scarcely blame me for that, after what we've borne witness to. Armor places a hand on his helmet. There's a faint scratch where his temple would be. Did the black machine give you that scratch? Indeed it did. I shroud myself invincible so long as I wore this armature, only to be struck a bitter blow, healing over. I relied too heavily upon the suit my father crafted. I sought to become the perfect armor, immovable, indestructible, foolhardy blunder. Armor clenches his fist as he speaks. His steel-wrapped fingers creak like an anguished moan stifling its despair. When next we meet, I vow that I shall pulverize that blasted contraption. I swear it upon my life, my honor, and my boundless suit of silver. You seemed composed, but I guess you were shaken up by what happened too, huh? That makes me feel a bit better, in a way. It's good to know that there's someone else here who hasn't recovered from Holmes' death. It's not us alone. Armor gestures with his chin towards the other seated at the table. They may not reveal it upon their faces, but they too feel some degree of shock. They simply force it down for the morrow's sake. Your absent appetite is no cause for reproach, Sir Incompetent. You, strangers to death, have lost someone dear. It's only natural. Yeah, you're right. Such cheer is intentionally projected so as to cope with the tragedy we failed to prevent. Anyone who considers death and violence a daily reality has no business calling themselves a detective. Those who are brave, who abhor tragedies and work tirelessly to reverse the damage they cause, those are the true detectives. So you too must steel yourself, Watto. Be a true detective, one who will never give in, no matter what may befall you. I recall Holmes' words from no more than a few hours ago. He had such high hopes for me, but we were parted for good before I ever had the chance to live up to them. Now there's only one thing I can do. Just no time for me to complain about how hard it is to eat. I lift my spoon, which had been sitting idly this entire time, and slurp up a mouthful of soup. It should taste good. I can smell its aroma, yet the flavor is cold and lifeless. My body is rejecting it. I tense, forcing myself to swallow. Third Incompetent, is something amiss? You needn't strain yourself. I'm fine. I've got to eat if I want to get strong. I take another sip of the flavorless liquid and shove some bread in my mouth. It's bland and dry, like eating a sponge, but I manage to keep it down. As a survivor, the only thing I can do is follow the lessons our chief left behind. Holmes, I hope you're watching. Tears stream down my face, whether it's from the stress, the food, or something else I can't say. I just let them flow as I continue to eat. I swear I'll take down whoever did this. Just you wait and see! Thank you for the meal. After chewing with every fiber of my being, I finally finished my food. For some reason when I look around, everyone's eyes are wide like saucers. What's wrong, guys?
What's wrong? Dude, you were just horking that stuff down in dead silence while crying up a river, like, hello? You sure you're alright, bro? If you got something on your mind, just come out and spill the beans.
Verily, we're always at the ready to lend you our strength, Sir Incompetent.
Sorry to make you all worry.
This isn't good. I got so lost in my head that I wasn't paying attention to my surroundings. Getting too worked up about things has always been a bad habit of mine. Let I deep sigh and begin speaking quietly enough that no one else can hear. According to Holmes, work is the best remedy for sadness, so I'm gonna put all my effort into solving this Quartering Duke case. Our meal continues quietly, and when I next look at the time, it's already past midnight. As we tidy up, the formerly tense atmosphere seems to have relaxed quite a bit.
Hey, Rowdy, Incompetent. What made you become detectives in the first place? The hell's this coming from?
Don't go daydreaming so much that you drop a plate. Roddy scowls while drying the dinnerware with a surprisingly delicate touch. Downtown snorts as he washes the dishes.
It's all good. I'm downtown detective, remember? Communications like my whole shtick. I'm not gonna drop any plates, unlike Tin for Brains over there.
My deepest, sincerest apologies! As I cannot assist with the cookery, I only wish to help where I was able.
Pipe down, air helmet. Just be a good night and wipe down the table, okay?
He's doing his best. Understood! Sir Incompetent, I beg your forgiveness for burdening you with the shattered shards of my blunders.
It's fine. Cleaning's my special skill, after all.
In fact, it was my main responsibility back at the agency. Without me around, the office gets buried under dust and beer cans in no time. Sweep up the broken plate with a broom and a dustpan, silently praying that Mr. Gunjoji's taking care of the housework while I'm out.
So, like I was saying, what made you want to be detectives? These dishes are gonna take some time, and I just gotta know. It's nothing too special. First person I ever met who was stronger than me was a detective, so I figured I'd become one too. That's all.
Even stronger than you, Rowdy? What kind of guy was he?
It was a lady, dumbass, a lady! And she hit harder than any thug or gangster. You could say it was love at first punch. Ever since, I've been trained to beat her and become the strongest detective in the whole wide world.
The whole wide world, even.
Isn't that a little sketch, though? You better not turn into one of those detectives who does underground fighting. How about you, Incompetent? You seem pretty big into detectives, like, way more than most. What's the story there?
Well... long time ago, I witnessed my friend's murder. Ever since, I wanted to become a detective who could protect others.
Oh, jeez. Sorry for making you dredge that back up.
Oh no, it's my fault for making things so heavy. I haven't exactly reached that goal yet, so I'm mostly saying this is a way to push myself. That way I can work towards getting stronger.
Oh no. The fact you can think of it that way tells me you're plenty strong already.
Come again?
Ignore me, it's nothing important. Hey, what's the big idea making us do all the talking? How about you tell us why you're a detective downtown? Well, all done with dishes. Tune in next time for the thrilling conclusion. No, you get back here!
Alright, see you guys in the dining room at 7. I eagerly await Sir Mystic's English breakfast.
Like, what even is English food? All I know is fish and chips or whatever. Your jellied eels are a delicacy, right? I'm not sure a girl like you would find it very appetizing. I'll Foogle it once I'm off this island.
Oh, dude. Every time a game, like, makes a non-copyright version of a established thing, it takes me out a little bit. Foogle is, like,
on the upper end of knocking me out. I still think Somnium Files just having 2 winner is like one of the it's like the one that's gotten me the worst. But that one's still pretty rough.
I'm bushed. I think I'll head upstairs and shower before turning in. Catch you in the AM. Wait up, Rowdy. I'll come with. We can take a bath together. I just checked it out and the tub is stupid huge. Waiting for the bathroom free up's a drag, so sure. I'm fine with you hopping in. Oh, BT Dubs, you're sharing a room with Gourmet, right? Do you already know each other or something? Yeah, she's been looking after me for a while now.
Rowdy and Downtown head upstairs as they continue chatting together. I've left something in the dining hall. I shall go fetch it. Prithee, retire to your chambers in the meantime.
I'm sure you of all people will be fine on your own, but be careful just in case, okay?
If anything happens, message me on my D-pad. You have our roles reversed. Call upon me in your hour of need, and I shall rush your aid without hesitation. Rest you merry. We shall meet again in the dining hall when next the sun rises.
Right. Good night, Armor. My room's on the 2nd floor, so I'll just be heading up now. Hey, Doleful, thanks for everything today. No, thank you. Be sure you keep this up tomorrow. Incompetent. Your eyes look red. You alright? Huh, I wonder why.
I try to look at my face in the reflection of my D-pad, but I can't make anything out. My eyes must be bloodshot or something.
You're probably just tired. Go get some rest. Yeah, I will. Night, Doleful. Good night. See you tomorrow.
I leave Doleful and head to the 1st floor room where Holmes was intended to stay. I exit the room and head down the hall until I reach 3 doors, one of which leads to my accommodations. Now that I'm alone, I finally feel sleepy. My anxiety must be calming down. I'm pretty confident that I'll knock out the second my head hits the pillow. I feel a little guilty using the room meant for Holmes, but I'm grateful all the same. Finding to stay awake, I open the door.
My goodness me, Wada. You certainly did take your time.
There's no way I should be hearing that voice right now. Within the guest room is a large bed. Upon it sits Holmes, smiling gleefully. Oh, we're seeing ghosts!
My goodness me, Wada, you certainly did take your time. I'm relieved to see you've opened up to the other detectives. You're just as adaptable as you were in your childhood.
Saika? No, it couldn't be. She died right in front of me, I'm sure of it. Drenched in blood, her limbs gashed. It was a horrid, hopeless death.
What's wrong? It was if you've seen a ghost. But to be fair, I am dead, so I suppose that's technically true.
From the bed, Holmes gently floats into the air. What's more, her body is slightly translucent, to the point where I can see the wall behind her. What is this? What's going on? I'm scared. My drowsiness is gone in an instant, yet I feel like I'm already dreaming. Oh wait, that's it. This is a dream. It has to be, yeah. I'll just pinch my cheek and, darn it, I have the strength to make it hurt. Alright, once more with all my might. Ouch. This isn't a dream? But how?
No, what is an act of self-harm? Has my absence caused you that much distress? I'd give you a pat for comfort, but I fear it'd just pass right through. How's this, Wada? Can you feel my hand sticking into your head?
Well...
Evidently not. What a shame. I was so looking forward to coming up from behind and giving you a good scare.
She's a ghost, but she can't do any tricks.
I tell you, Wata, being a ghost certainly has its inconveniences.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
No longer able to control myself, I let out an ear-splitting scream. Outside, I can hear what I assume was the pounding of footsteps fast approaching.
Sir Company, are you in peril? 'Tis I, Armor Detective, here to protect you.
Armor forcefully throws open the door, eyes slacking at the sight of my friend, sinking to the ground.
Armor! Look, it's Holmes!
Lady Holmes?
Where?
Where is she?
Can't you see her? She's right next to you, in front of me!
Holmes stands directly before Armor and waves her hands, but he doesn't respond.
What in the world could this mean? Is this all just a prank? Is everyone else in on it? Captain! You alright, bro?
I'll be damned if I allow any more harm to befall my dear comrades. Come, malefactor, thou shalt become rust upon my blade.
One person after another files into the room, but none of them notice Holmes. Slowly but surely, the situation I'm in begins to dawn on me. Ah, I see. Now I get it. I'm just hallucinating.
Hallucinating? So all your screeching moments ago was no cause for alarm?
Yeah, I know this is gonna sound silly, but for some reason I can see Holmes. She's right by your side, Armor, though you
Can't actually tell, can you?
By my side? Can you hear my voice, Lady Holmes? I have many a query for you. Pray, reveal yourself to me.
Yes, I can hear you. It's regrettable that we were unable to finish our discussion, Armor.
The ghost has a bitter smile on her troubled face as she apologizes. No matter how much I stare, she really does look just like Holmes. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I said it in the first stream as well, but you know, bears repeating. Armor is kind of like a early favorite. I know it's still early on because I did check the gallery to get a good screenshot for a CG, and I know there's like six chapters and an ending and all that, so you know, we're still early on.
Sorry for causing a scene. Main thing is, you're safe. Just keep that head screwed on. I've seen this happen out in the wilderness before. Even normal stuff seems freaky when your brain's all jumbled. You'll end up making phantom out of molehills.
Thanks, Rowdy, but I think the expression is making mountains out of molehills. I feel a bit uneasy correcting her mistake, and Angry Rowdy is way scarier than any phantom.
Was it truly just a hallucination, incompetent detective?
Huh? Yes, I think so. Mystic stares down skeptically. Seems I'm under suspicion, but that's only natural after I gathered everyone here of my screaming just to write it off as a delusion. Gotta be careful, even if I think my words sound dubious. If this keeps up, I'll lose what trust I have in no time.
I'd like to make this clear since you seem to be mistaken, but I'm not a hallucination, you know.
Holmes' face suddenly appears from behind Mystic. Startled as I am, I hide it from my face and whisper quietly to myself. Mind reading too? Yeah, I'm definitely hallucinating. I'm not falling for it.
Your face says it all. It's easy to surmise your thoughts even without reading your mind.
Though, it seems I am, in fact, able to do so. What to do if you see ghosts?
If you still doubt me, how about I tell you who's sleeping in the room above? I'd wager you don't know the answer to that one. I passed through the walls a moment ago to check. Armor is next door while Rowdy and Gourmet are above. Care to confirm with them?
I don't like the idea of this hallucination manipulating me, but it can't hurt to make sure. She's probably wrong anyway. Time to get this sorted out. So, Rowdy, Armor, what rooms are you two staying in?
Kind of an out of the blue question, but the one right above us. What's it to ya?
My chamber is right beside yours. Should you truly encounter a threat, I shall as ever hasten to your aid. Pray, set your mind at ease, good sir.
I see.
You believe me now?
Holmes wears the same impish grin she had when she was alive, plus the same face, voice, and so forth. It's enough to make my head spin. My eyes and ears are playing tricks on me. This can't be the real Holmes. She was killed, murdered in cold blood, right before my eyes.
All good there, bro?
You're so pale, you look like the inside of an eggplant.
Sorry, guess I really am exhausted. I ought to get a good night's rest.
Could be for the best. Weariness off sets in after a harrowing ordeal. Armor detective is right, incompetent. Your mind has been pushed to its limits. Should it ever be too much to shoulder, you are welcome to confide in me. I shall do my utmost to ease your burden.
Are you alright, incompetent? Still got your limbs on, dude?
That's a little much, don't you think? You can clearly tell he's still alive.
The nerve of this common rabble to cause me distress! How deplorable!
It took around 15 minutes to explain the situation and apologize to the gathering crowd. After more or less wrapping things up, the others returned to their rooms and left me to my own devices. Or so I thought. That ghostly girl was still in front of me. After correctly locating the others' rooms, I'm starting to believe she's the real deal. If Holmes had actually survived, if I could get the chance to apologize to Saika, I'd be happy beyond words.
Happy beyond words, I suppose that makes two of us.
Reading my mind again, I guess I really am losing it.
No need to be hasty. Admittedly, even if I don't fully understand the situation. But it seems to be something quite extraordinary. My apologies for giving you such a fright. Allow me to explain from the beginning.
Holmes speaks calmly, as if there's nothing out of the ordinary about what's going on.
To summarize, Saika Sharonfold Holmes, appear to be a residual memory of sorts, or to put it in simpler terms, a ghost.
A ghost? You mean they actually exist?
Who could say? While I may be a seasoned detective, I've only been a ghost for 2 hours. I'm just as clueless as you, so please, save your inquiries. Since I'm hard-pressed to describe it in any other way, however, I've opted to go with the term residual memory.
Isn't that a little careless? Relying on hypotheticals for things you can't explain, I mean.
You're a fan of mystery novels, yes? Then surely you're familiar with this Holmes quote. You have eliminated the impossible. Whatever remains, however improbable, must be the truth. In other words, once the facts have disproven all other options, that which remains must too be fact, no matter how unrealistic it appears.
That line comes from the second Sherlock Holmes story, The Sign of the Four, where Watson is befuddled by a seemingly impenetrable room. Watson then notices a possibility he had overlooked, that the criminal had escaped without ever touching the floor. It's the process of... Yeah, I caught that as well. I just... Oh, man. It was a quintessential approach for Holmes, who presented conclusion after conclusion that common sense would never produce. True, Sherlock does seem to deduce truth that seem impossible at a glance, but what does that have to do with this?
Sherlock Holmes doesn't make baseless deductions. Rather, he observes the facts and derives the process from the results to form his hypothesis. As a bearer of his family name, I also practice this method of hypothesis-based inference, known as abductive reasoning.
But to conclude you're a spirit, it's hard to believe.
And yet the truth has occurred before our very eyes. Progress cannot be made if we avert our eyes from reality. I didn't believe in the paranormal either, but in my current predicament, I can only assume I'm a spirit or residual memory or what have you. My hypothesis may seem far-fetched, but I do hope you're beginning to accept it.
Well... There's no arguing with her. I don't have any convincing counter-theories to offer. Given this isn't one big hallucination, there's no other explanation besides what Holmes has proposed. First things first, I need to come to terms with this, that Holmes' spirit has really appeared before me.
You're an awfully dour sort, Watto.
Holmes lets out a chuckle as I clutch my head in my hands.
To be fair, it's only natural to be taken aback when a girl who supposedly died suddenly appears before you. One thing I'd like to note, however, while I may seem calm on the outside, I too am quite bewildered by this turn of events.
Wait, really? If anything, she seems more vibrant than when she was alive. That's exactly why I can't let go of my lingering doubts.
But of course. By the time I came around, I was already floating above your head. My feet hover above the ground, I can't touch a thing, and no one else can see me. Moreover, it's as if I'm bound to you by an invisible chain. Do you truly believe I could remain composed given all that?
No, there's no way. If I were in your shoes, I wouldn't know what to think. I would have called out to everyone I could find and worked myself into a panic.
I couldn't help but call out to you either. Your slight reaction at the time had me thinking that you might be able to see me. And so I've been waiting quietly this whole time to catch you alone.
Now that you mention it, I did feel as if I heard your voice in the entrance hall. So it really was you.
Forgive me for startling you. I must admit, I was nearly at my wit's end by that point. As you all recounted the events, I began to piece together the reality of the situation. That reality being that I had been killed by that black machine, and my physical form was lost, leaving only my consciousness behind.
I gulp involuntarily. It isn't simply that Holmes is ordering me to accept reality, rather I'm coming to terms with something as complex as death. Despite being the same age, I am once again made aware of how different we are as individuals. Aren't you, sad?
Whatever about?
I mean, you died. You can't come back to life. What's more, you were killed because the rest of us were too useless to help.
Stiff upper lip, Watto.
Holmes moves delicately towards me. Her stern expression softens as she continues speaking.
Whatever the circumstances, let us cherish this reunion. I am no illusion. The two of us are genuinely able to converse with each other. Not even death could sever our bond. What could be more joyous than that?
Holmes speaks in a quiet tone. Her voice truly is the same one I remember hearing not too long ago. Her expression exudes wisdom and wit with a tinge of innocence mixed in. Traces of Saika, the girl I've seen so many times in my dreams, were more and more pronounced.
You really are Holmes. That's what I've been insisting this entire time. It truly is me, your dear friend, Saika Sharonfold Holmes.
Holmes's words moved me, albeit belatedly. I was sure she had died. There were so many things I wanted to tell her, I thought I'd never see her again. But now she's here, smiling before me. That's all I can really ask for.
Welcome back, Holmes. It's good to be back, Watto.
Doesn't matter if she's a ghost or a residual something or other. Holmes has returned. For now, I'll let myself be happy. Happy I was able to reunite with someone dear to me. Huh?
Oh my, have you grown tired?
Yeah, it was like, what, past midnight by the time we finished? It's probably like 1 or 2 a.m. at this point.
I was gonna share my thoughts on why it is I'm bound to you, but I suppose I can wait until tomorrow. Though if you're planning to sleep, you may want to turn off the lights and get into bed. My body phases through everything, so I won't be able to carry you over and tuck you in.
Oh, right. I'll do that. I flip the switch, plunging the room into complete darkness. My drowsiness is quickly overtaking me. I can't fight it off any longer. My eyelids fall shut as I hit the bed. My consciousness grows distant, but I can swear I hear a voice from far away.
From here on, your fate will be a cruel one. Give it your very best, Watto.
Oh man. I can hear a voice speaking from somewhere. It's the voice of a man, echoing angrily in the drab, dusty darkness.
Just how many times do you intend to repeat these experiments?
I followed along because I believed it was the just thing to do, but this is my limit. This entire organization is rotten, and you're the most putrid rot of all! His outrage bounces off the walls, causing him to tremble. I can tell just how truly furious he is. But what about?
Watto, over here.
Someone tugs at my hand from behind, and I turn around.
One pulling me appears to be a young girl, but I can't make her face out in the darkness. Nevertheless, her warmth feels familiar. I know this girl.
What's wrong? You get out of here quickly before they notice us. Sorry. Those voices had me curious. I understand, but escaping is our top priority right now. Come on, hurry!
The girl pulls my hand and begins running, but I want to listen longer. As we move, I keep my sight directed towards the sounds. How many have died right in front of me? How many have I killed? Those brats show up in my sleep every night begging to be spared. I can't take this shit anymore. If you want to keep forcing kids into this, do it yourself! No. Everyone is insane, goddammit! You, this organization, the detectives, every last one of you. We enter a dim passageway and the voices become inaudible. An ice cold breeze blows through my legs, causing my body to shiver. It's freezing. My legs won't move. Or is it that my body is refusing to keep going? An intense pain shoots through my head and I fall to my knees. I have no idea what's happening to my body, but oddly enough, I'm certain of one thing. Something horrific waits us ahead.
Watto, are you alright?
The girl calls out to me in the darkness. I can't really see her face at all. The touch of her hand is the only indication that she's standing right in front of me.
It's alright. We'll definitely make it home. Once we're back, we...
Huh? Her voice cuts in and out like a radio with a weak signal. Before long, the warmth of her hand is gone. Wait! Panicking, I dash further into the passage as if I were chasing after her. My frenzied footfalls ring out through the impenetrable darkness. The voices I had heard earlier are gone. A feeling of complete and utter isolation watches over me. I'm the only person left on Earth. I can't help but cry out.
Don't go! Please don't leave me alone!
As I continue on, a light appears ahead of me. I run towards it with all my strength. I run. And run. Until ahead of me, I see the familiar sight of the entrance hall. Wait, this is... What happened to the passageway I'd just been running down? Where's the girl who was with me? Why am I in the manor? Did I somehow arrive here at some point? The inside of my head burns with agony. I can't shake the feeling that something terrible is happening.
At ease, Watto. This is all to be expected.
Holmes ascends the staircase from the second floor. I'm relieved to finally see a friendly face. Holmes, what's going on with me?
Now, calm yourself. Take a deep breath and take your time remembering.
As instructed, I take a deep breath and try to recall what had happened. That's right, after I bumped into Holmes' spirit in my room, we spoke until I got sleepy. Wait, am I in a dream? That must be it.
You're half right and half wrong.
Ouch! I yelp as Holmes flicks my forehead. Huh? That hurt? What the? This is a dream. Why can I feel pain?
Our minds are closely intertwined, it seems. I can read your thoughts, enter your dreams, and even interfere with your perception.
Interfere with my perception?
Simply put, I'm able to touch and hurt you. If you don't believe me, shall I give that thick skull of yours another smack?
I get it, really, I do. You rubber bands get physical when you're in my dreams.
Precisely. Such a clever boy deserves a pet rather than a punch,
She lays a hand on my head as she speaks. Her kind touch reminds me of how lifelike Holmes seems right now. Of course, the situation is objectively unreal. I'm a bit ashamed as to how easily I'm willing to believe any of this is true.
Now then, Watto, this is the important part. What do you make of this scene before you?
What do I make of it? This is the entrance hall to the manor, exactly as I've known it. The level of detail is almost too incredible to be a dream. It's hard to not be impressed at my mind for making it. I don't notice anything in particular. Is there something here?
As I thought, you still lack the proper foresight.
Holmes takes my hand and walks towards the entrance, pulling me along.
Watto, the deep connection our psyches shares resulted in major changes to your brain. In more concrete terms, I have no doubt that you've gained access to the special ability I possessed while I was alive. Special ability? What ability? My head's been pounding for a while, but I don't notice any changes to my body. I wonder, can you feel anything at your feet? My feet? Now that she mentions it, I do feel something touching my foot. I look down to inspect it. And what I see is... I finally process what's touching me. It's Downtown's arm, stiff like a porcelain doll. Her hand is coated in a dark liquid, leaving a crimson red handprint where she made contact. I heave as the metallic stench hits my nose, but since it's a dream, I have nothing in my stomach to vomit out. It isn't just Downtown Detective. The other detective I've met lie in a heap upon the floor, like figurines toppled from a shelf. Oh man. Among them is Doleful, prone and lifeless. Rowdy's hand stretches towards me as she foams at the mouth, her eyes rolled up and unmoving. Doleful! Everyone! I rush to Doleful and check for a pulse, but feel nothing. I hear no voices, nor breathing aside from my own. Not one of them is showing even a single sign of life. Downtown's face, which usually wore such a carefree smile, is frozen and contorted in anguish as blood still trickles down. She was so full of energy just last night. The thought brings me to tears. It's unforgivable. Who could do something so horrendous? It seems you too. I've now seen how this tragedy plays out. Holmes walks over to me as I stand rooted in place. Upon seeing her face, I'm finally able to regain some composure. Silly me, just getting all worked up. This is a dream, right? People outshine me in every way. They would never get massacred like this. At the risk of repeating myself, you're half right and half wrong. This is a dream, but also not. What's that supposed to mean? Please, just tell me outright, Holmes. Holmes flashes her coldest smile yet. The tone of her voice as she answers sends shivers down my spine. This is a tragedy that could occur in the future. You have gained the ability to foresee such events. Now we have the future sight. They would never see your body in pieces in the basement. I wake up on my bed. The morning sun shines through the window, filling the dusky room with light. My whole body is soaked from night sweats, but despite just waking up, my wits remain sharp. It feels like I was sleeping. It feels less like I was sleeping and more like I simply opened my eyes. Was that all a dream? My hands tremble as the tragic scene I had witnessed moments ago flashes through my mind. I was definitely there just now. I saw Downtown Detective's corpse, my hands soaked in blood. It felt far too real to be a dream. Could that really have been a potential future tragedy, like Holmes said? That's right. Holmes? Holmes? Holmes and I have been speaking in my dream, but now she's nowhere to be seen. I calm down and my confusion begins to fade. As it does, the absurd events that took place when I entered this room, not to mention my sleep, feel more and more like an illusion. That's right. Holmes died. Everything that happened last night, including me talking to her, it was all just in my head. After all, there's no way someone who died could reappear as a ghost right before my eyes. Good morning, Watto. I do hope your dreams were pleasant. Holmes' body pops out of the ceiling. I suppress my shrieking before another manages to burst out. Talk about a close one. I was on the brink of getting all the detectives worried about me again. Did you really have to fly out of the ceiling? I was merely checking on the others on the upper floor. Roman has a funny way of sleeping. Can't hear about it. No thanks. Keeping in the women's rooms is a great way to get decommissioned as a detective, Holmes. My, you certainly like a sense of romantic adventure for one so young. As a ghost, it's only natural to peep on people here and there. One so young, we've said that we're the same age. Forgive me. After the graphic premonition you witnessed, I thought a little surprise might be a welcome diversion.
I appreciate the thought.
I suppose Holmes's prank did distract me from my mental panic somewhat. I recall what I saw in my dream with a clear mind. All the detectives dead upon the floor. Stench of blood, their faces contorted in anguish. And Holmes warning me that the future holds this catastrophe in store. Holmes, you remember what we talked about in my dream?
Of course I remember. As I said, I can read your mind, so I know what you're thinking right this moment. You refuse to believe it, don't you? Enough of that. Everything we spoke of during that dream is true. Now you're aware of the denouement, the ability I had to predict the future. And as we saw, the predicted future we face is death for all.
The future? Come on! How would that even work? And why do I have this ability all of a sudden? My brain can't keep up with all this.
Yes, well, I can't say I understand the principles behind it myself.
You can't?
Then how? When a thing comes naturally, you don't question the process behind it, do you? You breathe, but can you explain how your body takes in oxygen? No, I can't, but... You're now manually breathing, Watto.
Fuck!
Exactly. The same goes for my denouement. What matters is that it allows me to see the future. I have no interest in how it works.
Huh, that's one way to go about it. I get the feeling that I've been tricked by her silver tongue, or is that just my imagination?
At any rate, don't you think we should set our minds on a much higher priority right now?
Huh? What higher priority would that be?
If and how we can prevent the tragedy you glimpsed, of course.
Her words give me a start. She's right, there's no time to despair, not after the tragedy I've foreseen. Right now, I need to figure out what I can do to change that outcome. But how would I even start? Is it possible to change whatever future this denouement ability predicts?
Naturally, predicting and preemptively stopping tragedies is how my reputation grew to begin with. If you act with conviction, I'm confident that you too can alter fate's design.
But I'm just a total nobody. What difference could I even make? Honestly, I'm not so sure. Even outside of her ability, Holmes was an incredibly gifted person. But me? Incompetent is literally in my name. There's no way I'd have the power to change the future on my own.
There's no need to change it on your own.
How'd you know I was... Oh.
How many times did I remind you that I can read your thoughts? A single pebble can tip a scale. Are you familiar with the saying? Many presume their deeds are of no consequence, but they couldn't be more wrong. Even the smallest ripple will disturb the water's surface, in turn leading to other shifts elsewhere. So too will the ripples make you cause others to act, thereby playing a greater role in changing the future than they otherwise would have.
Is that how it works?
That is indeed how it works.
Her eloquent words still seem to be leading me on, but I'll trust her for now. Either way, I wasn't planning to stand idly by.
What's more, changing the actions of others will be the key to changing the future.
Changing their actions? But how?
There are several ways. Those who trust you can simply be asked to adjust. Those who are hostile, however, may need to be forced into doing so. Apart from that, it would probably be advantageous to save those detectives who are fated to die.
But what I saw, there's no way that could actually happen.
Couldn't it? I've not been in this manner much, and there are many potential traps. A killer privy to this could easily use that against you. As I said, the mastermind behind this is both prepared and frightfully cunning. Be ready to force a path through, no matter what happens. That way you will avoid repeating my mistake.
These words weigh especially heavy coming from the now deceased Holmes. To get myself together, being reunited with Holmes has made me just a little too lax. Even she was no match for this adversary. I need to put my game face on if I'm gonna tackle this.
I'm sorry, Holmes. I promise to take your words to heart.
That's the spirit, Watto. There's just one more thing I want from you.
Holmes' face grows stern as she speaks with a strong voice and clipped tones that I've never heard her use before.
Under no circumstances are you to tell anyone that you can see me, or that you've inherited my abilities.
Why not? It wouldn't be easy to convince them, but if we prove it's true, wouldn't that make everything much simpler?
If anyone finds out, you're certain to be eliminated, Watto. I will explain why in time, but for now, please do as I say. I do believe you have visitors.
Okay. Just then, someone knocks on the door. I open it to see Armor and Doleful. They've come to tell me that Mystic's made breakfast. Thanks, guys. I'm a little sweaty, so I'm gonna jump in the shower before heading to the dining room. Understood!
Mystic's home cooking is delicious, just so you know. We'll go on ahead and get started.
Once they leave, I take the towel prepared for me in my room and head to the bathroom on the second floor. Right at that moment.
Off to the shower then, are we?
For some reason, Holmes acts like tagging along is the normal thing to do here. Huh? Why are you following me? I'm about to take a shower. Can't you wait in my room or at the dining table?
Oh, now listen to what you're saying. Didn't I tell you at the start that we can't be separated?
Huh? You mean you can't move away from me no matter how hard you try?
So it would seem. Think of me as a dog on a leash. I simply get pulled along wherever you're heading. So as if it'll hurt if I see something. Besides, you don't mind anyway, do you?
Of course I mind! You have an idea how embarrassing to have a girl watch me shower?
Wasn't that selfish of you? Fine then. I'll be waiting just outside.
Okay.
Do you remember I'm a ghost now? I can't help it if I happen to sneak a peek every once in a while.
That sounds like you're already planning to! After showering, I head down to the dining room. The detectives have gathered around the long table, just as they did last night. But unlike yesterday, no one needs to stand guard, meaning this time, the entire group is clustered together.
Oh my gosh, Mystic, this is delish. I'm like totally a British foodie now.
You need not embrace me so tightly, downtown detective. My earthly travels have earned me much skill with preserved foods such as these.
Flirting with students? You old sleazebag of a father, the girl grumbled, scowling at the sausages at her plate.
Easy now. Downtown is touchy-feely with everyone. Let's not blow things out of proportion.
It's all oh so scrumptious, especially these sandwiches, the aroma of the wine vinegar, these fresh, juicy cucumbers. I'm swooning. You must tell me how it's prepared, Mystic, so I can add it to my recipe book.
Yeah, I'd like it too. Even my mentor back at my part-time job could probably handle making these.
But of course, in addition, I shall also impart the provincial British folklore associated with these sandwiches.
Mystic proceeds to give Gourmet and me the recipe, along with the ghost story I don't really follow. As we eat, the conversation naturally turns to everyone's reports from yesterday.
I combed the manor from top to bottom, but as expected, the only way in or out is the front door. There's no way for anyone to escape. It would have expedited our search considerably if we had found another secret passage like the one behind the painting.
I got bored, so I also scoped the manor out. Didn't turn up anything particularly suspicious, though. But as luck would have it, I did come across the blueprints of this manor in the study.
Did you say blueprints? How could you just offhandedly bring up something so important?
I guess that's just the difference between a number 4 and a number 5, eh?
Joseph, what, you dingy mophead?
Everyone looks at the blueprints spread across the table. Even at a glance, you can see a suspicious space behind the painting. If there really is another hidden passageway, we should be able to find it in these floor plans. However, no matter how hard we scrutinize them, we can't see any area where another hidden passage could exist.
Like I thought, the only way out is to start knocking walls down.
Say the word, I shall lay down my life for my compatriots. I stand ready and willing to cross blades with that wicked contraption.
You can't do that! We all need to make it out of here together. Tofu's right, you know. Fortunately, we have plenty of food, so waiting until help arrives is the best course of action. Yeah, I'm down with that too. HQ probably noticed our comms are on the fritz, so they should send help once they realize something's up. Plus, we got like a whole squad here. All we gotta do is hunker down and keep each other safe.
I must agree with downtown. Looked outside this morning and spotted that black machine still circling the manor.
Instead of panicking and trying to escape, we should remain calm and continue our investigation of the building's interior.
I too find no fault with this plan.
The study is filled with books, so at least you won't be bored, said the girl, sharing a rather useless tidbit of information.
Just then, I hear someone laugh. We all turn to look, only to see Renegade Detective grinning. He begins to speak, his voice dripping with mockery.
Nothing to do but wait. Keep calm and investigate. So happy-go-lucky.
I bet the culprits having a laugh of their own right now. What do you mean?
Doesn't something feel off about this? Us sitting around, enjoying a warm meal. Remember,
The culprit predicted our every move in order to imprison us in this manner.
Oh. Renegade Detective is saying suddenly makes sense. If the culprit wanted to annihilate us, there would be no need to go to such lengths.
Had they destroyed the lock to the door, we'd all died to that machine.
They also could have gotten rid of our food supply beforehand.
Let's do as Holmes would, face a reality before us to reason out what our perpetrator is plotting.
This manor is easily sustainable. With that in mind, what is the culprit's true goal here?
Imprisoning us in the manor? Imprisoning us in the manor?
In other words, forcing us to burn up our time here?
Splendid answer, incompetent.
Basically, us sitting here engrossed in idle chit-chat is exactly what the quartering Duke wants. If we keep twiddling our thumbs like this, it'll just lead to an even greater calamity. Guaranteed. The dining room falls silent. The cheery atmosphere suddenly turns frosty. The catastrophic scene from my dreams flashes in the back of my mind. Can't keep going on business like usual. If we do, we'll never manage to avoid that fate. Renegade Detective is absolutely right, but he clearly gets a kick out of inciting chaos. We can't rely on him to help us avert catastrophe.
Conventional behaviors won't shape fate. You're going to need some serious resolve if you intend to change it. This is it, Watto. Show me what you'll do.
Okay. Real quick, I'll just... Been a while, you know. Okay. After receiving a proverbial push on the back from Holmes, I made up my mind. I've got practically zero confidence in myself, but I want to save everyone. So I'm gonna have to take action. What everyone else needs right now is hope. Suffice it to say, they want to avoid being trapped in here like the enemy wants. If I have to lie, then so be it. I've got to propose something that can break this deadlock. I have no plan in mind, and Holmes is staying silent on this. Oh wait, maybe they'll pay attention if it's Holmes' words they're listening to. Make up a bluff. It's a double-edged sword, and if I'm caught, none of them will ever trust me again. That's the only way I can think of. Hold on a second. I just remembered something important. I fight past his stammering and get my words out. All eyes turn to me. My breath catches in my throat. It's over if they figure out I'm lying. I can't falter now. My body is moments away from shaking, but I keep it under control and begin to speak. There's actually another hidden passage in the manor. We need to find it and get out of here as soon as possible. Silence. My outburst takes everyone by surprise. They all just sit there, staring at me in amazement.
Another hidden passage? And how would you, a fresh-faced recruit, be privy to this information? Information even a high-ranking detective such as myself is unaware of that. It's laughable! Ridiculous! Holmes told me before she died. He said I should look for it if I was ever in real trouble. You heard this from Ideal?
Boss detective falls silent. Holmes' words are the chief's, after all. Not to mention, everyone here knows the chief was fond of me. It's compelling enough, if only just. As I predicted, the effect is immediate.
What else did the chief say, incompetent? Ah, sorry. That was it. How prudent. Though of course, she always was. In that case, how about we split into 2 teams and investigate? And why, pray tell, if we form teams at all? I am quite capable on my own, I'll have you know. Because I'd like you all to install these surveillance cameras I made last night in key locations on the 1st and 2nd floor.
Techie takes out a large handful of small cameras from a cardboard box at his feet, arraying them on the table with Rowdy's help.
Is this what you meant when you said you were going to prepare something last night? Of course! The culprit could be hiding in the manor, so I figured these would be indispensable. They're modified from the cameras on downtown smartphones, so they're not too durable. But I can use my tablet to monitor all the feed.
Downtown smartphones? As in multiple?
No duh. I've got one for work, friends, gaming, detectiving. You get the picture. Good to know they came in handy.
Hold on, there's a bot. I gotta get them. There we go. Doink.
It'd be unnerving for any of us to not know where each of them is set up, so I'll share the locations with everyone as we go. Moving around with all 12 of us would be difficult though, so I'd like us to split into 2 groups of 6, 1 for each floor. No complaints here!
Me neither. Working in groups will be much safer too. Magnificent as always, Sir Techie. Needless to say, you have my fullest cooperation. Monitoring the Quartering Duke's movements will make it hard for him to strike. It's an excellent plan. The rest of the detectives follow downtown at me with their own seals of approval.
Drat it all! Now I've been made to appear self-serving!
You even have a shred of self-awareness, Princess All About Me?
Hold your tongue, you bespectacled sheepdog! It's for the best that I tag along. If it is for the best that I tag along, then so be it!
Despite Posh's huffing and puffing, she eventually acquiesces to Techie's suggestion, after which we split ourselves into 2 teams. After much discussion, I find myself in a team with these 5 detectives. I feel bad thinking it, but I'm relieved to not be working with Renegade and Posh. They're likely to be less trouble this way. Wait, we're in charge of the 1st floor, Renegade. Don't just wander off! Seems the other group, or at least Workaholic, is already having trouble. His shouting continues as the 2nd team exits calmly. As we climb the stairs to the 2nd floor, Holmes calls out to me in a soft voice.
Nicely done with that trick you pulled to get everyone searching for a secret passage. If I didn't know any better, I'd think I gave you the idea myself.
I guess it went pretty well for something I made up on the spot. Obviously, I wasn't told anything about another hidden passage. It was simply a lie to give everyone a goal to work together on. At the very least, it'll prevent us from just dawdling about until catastrophe strikes. It's the first step to preventing that tragedy.
You've grown quite a glib tongue, the way you use me as a pretext to steer the other detectives.
Gee, thanks. Being forced to listen to your constant teasing must have paid off.
Wonderful. Sarcasm is always a good sign. Keep that mindset and use it to sharpen your skills as a detective. Though, of course, your head will be on the chopping block if you don't manage to find a hidden passage. Are you alright with that?
Yeah, my mind is set on this. If we do nothing, I'll die alongside the rest. Better take a gamble and bank on the remote chance that there really is a secret way out. If we detectives don't act, how else are we going to prevent tragedies? Looks like the guest rooms on the 2nd floor have the exact same layout as the ones in the 1st. Good way to answer, Rios.
Oh yeah? You think they're the same size too? I should have snapped a bunch of the blueprints while I had a chance. The dimensions and decor are exactly the same. The doors, however, are a bit crooked compared to those on the ground floor. Hence why they're hard to open, said the girl in response to downtown. So, TLDR, they just straight up weren't put in right. This place is like super swanky though. Why get sloppy with only the doors? Wait, hold on. Did you figure all that out just by looking? Damn, girl, that's crazy.
Bookie's abilities allow her to recall anything, even after a simple glimpse. If she states as much, then it must be true.
Abilities? Like what, some kind of superpower? No, total recall is rare, but not impossible. It's classified in medical fields as highly superior autobiographical memory, or hyperthymesia.
Hey, Bookworm, you are a marvel! Consider me astounded!
He seems to be upset about something.
Mind the volume, if you would. This ability requires complete concentration. With that, the surveillance camera has been installed in the corner of the room. Let us proceed.
Oh, fuck! Sorry. Dropped my phone.
With that, the surveillance camera has been installed in the corner of the room. Let us proceed to the next.
Yeah, I got a good case. It's treated me well, even when this thing is in its dying breaths. but I will literally not get a new one until this thing like fucking gives out, pretty much. We checked the other rooms, and as Bookworm said, they all share the same arrangement. Aside from that, we find nothing of note. The only oddity is that the doors to every room are crooked in comparison to those on the first floor. A fact the Bookworm had also pointed out. I was so busy searching for Senior Detective that I didn't realize yesterday. They really are hard to open. It's impossible not to notice now.
Pray tell, wherefore are these doors askew? They're proving quite a challenge to open.
This manor built on like a volcano or something? Maybe there's an earthquake and everything got all bent out of shape.
Wait, the manor is built on a volcano?
Apparently, I'm just telling you what I heard from the chief.
In that case, why would this island, of all places, be chosen as the DA's headquarters?
I mean, an island with a volcano on it is like mondo dangerous, so most people wouldn't want to live here, right?
Morg's topography is optimal for warding off intruders, thus making it a prime hideout locale. Its inhospitality, though, is a double-edged sword. Thank you for the water. And the knave who slipped into our high command and slew the research facility members is quite formidable indeed. We must needs remain vigilant. But perhaps they had no need to sneak in at all. Whatever the case, on to the next location.
That'd be the second floor living room. I noticed something strange as we followed a convoluted hallway towards the living room. Huh? Who left this door open? We passed through the open door and entered the room. Apart from the lack of a fireplace, its layout is identical to the living room on the first floor. Seemed empty, so it was glossed over during yesterday's sweep, but upon closer inspection, it's obviously bizarre compared to the others.
This room is lame. Like, where's all the furniture? Just looking at it is a snooze fest.
The furnishings consist solely of this table and these chairs, all of which are bolted to the floor. How very intriguing.
Given the size of this room, it's hard to imagine it'd be suitable for anything other than meetings. What purpose could it normally serve?
Look over here, Incompetent. The west-facing door is being held open.
Right, there's a rope connecting the handle to the wall, but what for? None of the others are like this.
It could just be to keep it from closing. Or perhaps there's another mechanism involved.
I'm growing more and more confused. On top of it all, the room had another stark difference set apart from the rest.
You good, Bookworm? What's with this room anyway? I feel like I'm in a walk-in fridge.
So do I. I think it's a lot of cross ventilation.
Oh, my legs are freezing up. Was there a hole in the floor or something?
He's right. It feels like there's wind circulating around my feet. The room is drafty and the manor is at a high altitude. That would explain why it's especially cold in here. If we investigate in these conditions for too long, it might end up affecting our health. Dolphin, what's wrong? Are you okay?
Sorry, I've been feeling nauseous ever since we entered this room.
Dolphin's face is losing its color. He looks even paler than back when we were attacked by that black machine. Is the cold getting to him, or is he sensing some kind of danger? Hey, Mystic, wasn't there a wood stove downstairs? Why don't we bring it up here?
An excellent idea. Nothing good will come of investigating at these temperatures. Let us retrieve it at once.
Bet. Like, for real, why keep the door open when it's this cold? Whoever runs this place has an IQ lower than the temperature in here.
Allow me to remedy the situation. Armor approaches the west-facing door, then brings his hand down the rope connecting the handles to the wall, severing it. The way that animated, it looks like he kind of just looked like he shot a beam from his eye. His cutting edge is as impressive as always. Just what is that armor made of? There! The door may now be sealed. This should lessen the chill. Armor makes his triumphant proclamation and begins to close the door, but not one moment later.
Wait! This gives me a bad feeling!
Dolphin sprinting toward Armor. Armor tilting his head, the door creaking shut. I see it all in slow motion as sparks explode in my mind. And then right before my eyes. Dolphin is pierced by a bed of slender spikes. He crumples limply to the ground, blood dripping from his mouth like an open faucet. Once again, I'm forced to watch as I lose yet another friend. I snap back in the focus to see Dolphin standing in front of me, unharmed.
Incompetent?
Dolphin's safe and sound. What was that? What's going on? What did I just see?
You predicted a future tragedy with your denouement. Quick, Watto, save Dolphin!
Not good. Dazed, I dart across the floor and shove Dolphin. Dolphin and I topple to the ground. In the very next moment, sharp spikes shoot out of the floor beside us. If I hadn't pushed him, Dolphin would have been impaled, just the way I had witnessed. That was a close call. Too close. What artifice is this? When I closed the door, spikes sprung forth from below.
I don't know, but obviously you shouldn't have done that. Go open the other door and let's bounce already.
Forgive me, but no matter how much force I muster, it refuses to budge. Armor frantically twists the handle on the east side of the room, but to no avail. The situation is getting more dire by the second.
Wasn't just the one time, more spikes are popping up from the edge.
Oh. Dolphin's right. Spikes are bursting up in ranks from the western side of the room. At this rate, we'll run out of space, and that'll be the end of us. We have to do something, but what? Holmes, what should we do if this keeps up? None of us are gonna make it!
Get a hold of yourself, Watto, or they'll catch you talking to me.
Why worry about that right now? This is life or death here!
Exactly. It's life or death. That's why I'm telling you to remain calm.
Holmes draws her face so close to mine that our noses nearly touch, shocking me into silence as she continues speaking.
If you lose your composure now, you'll be able to avoid this tragedy.
Pay close attention to Mystic Detective. Despite the rest of us panicking, Mystic and Bookworm remain calm and collected. Bookie, what changes have occurred in this room?
There are gaps in the floorboards for the spikes to emerge from. That might be why the room is so cold, the girl said, relaying her observations.
I see. Just like the chandelier, this trap is not single use. Rather, it can be reset and triggered repeatedly. In which case, the arrangement of the furniture in the center must hold some particular meaning.
Mystic takes Bookworm by the hand and starts giving us orders.
Bookie, everyone, get on top of the table and chairs.
But if we stay in the middle of the room, the spikes will reach us in no time.
Trust in me. This will save us. Of that I am certain.
We all exchange glances before making up our minds. Per Mystic's orders, we scramble to climb the chairs, huddling together on the narrow table. Ooh! Spikes sprout out from the floor at a rapid pace, steadily heading our way. This won't work. The table and chairs aren't enough to stop that kind of momentum. We're all about to get skewered. I can't look. Unable to take it, I close my eyes. But then,
It's all right to be afraid. Don't look away.
Mystic Detective speaks from beside me, and my eyes shoot open.
Only a reckless fool doesn't fear death. To avert one's gaze out of fear is, well, above all, a fruitless endeavor. To become a true detective and competent, you must press on in the face of mortality. For a detective must always conquer their fear of death.
Conquer my fear of death?
Only in doing so can the truth be ascertained. Now keep your eyes open, and behold!
Spikes are in front of our noses at this point, leaving out with so much force I can feel them part my hair. My body instinctively lurches toward the exit on the eastern end of the room. Visions of yesterday's victims flash spontaneously in my mind. People die, everyone does, no matter how heroic they are, how storied and accomplished. I'd never been made to confront this obvious truth before. I'd go so far as to say that no one living a normal life truly understands it. How can they? Just goes to show how little ordinary people have to deal with human mortality.
Oh snap, the spikes are almost here. Maybe should text down my will or something.
Girl,
Do not utter such words of ill portent, Lady Down South. Rest assured, should this table succumb to the spikes, I shall shield us all!
It's alright, I don't sense any more threats. It'll be okay. It has to be.
around me, everyone voices their concerns. We could all be impaled in a matter of moments. Even after the carnage these detectives have seen, it's only natural for them to be afraid. And yet, no one tries to flee. They all have the courage they need to overcome their fears. I'm brave like all the others, but I have to find this courage on my own. I refuse to run. I take my nails in and will my legs to stop shaking. Turn towards Mystic and speak in a clear voice. Mystic, sorry for letting my anxiety get the best of me. I won't bury my head in the sand again. I'll face my fear all the way to the end. There's a spark in your eyes. I can see now why Holmes was so fond of you. However, the truly terrifying part is yet to come. Hold your gaze to the very last moment. I will. The cold, lifeless spikes stand right before us. Next place they strike will be right through the table, skewering us along with it. At that moment, the inexplicable occurs. The spikes skipped past the table?
No way! What is this, some kind of magic trick?
Sir Mystic, are you perhaps a genuine practitioner of the arcane arts? I bid you instruct me in your secrets to spike evasion.
There's no such thing. Use your brain for once, said the girl, profusely irritated at the moronic excuse of a detective.
As they banter, the spikes continue piercing up every spot except the table and chairs. Ooh. In a few minutes, the entire room is crowded with spikes, the one exception being where we currently sit. These chairs and this table are the only safe zone. I shudder as I recall how we almost ran into the corners of the room. If we hadn't followed Mystic's lead, we would just be a pile of skewered corpses right now. It's a miracle we made it out. The question I have is, how did he know where to go? Incompetent detective. Can you guess how I surmised that this location would be out of harm's way?
Well...
I haven't the slightest idea. Dolphin notices how hard I'm struggling to answer and whispers into my ear.
There's an easy clue if you approach it with a cool head. The biggest hint was the lack of furniture.
Lack of furniture?
What do you mean? Let's say this room was fully furnished and the trap was activated, filling the room with spikes. What would happen?
Furniture would all get destroyed. I mean, those things were coming out with a lot of force.
Oh wait, I get it.
That's why there's no furniture. Except for the chairs and table, that is.
There you go. I'll take it from the opposite angle. Must be a reason why the chairs and table don't break when the trap is triggered. They're also bolted down to the floor. That means it's important to note that they have to remain in this exact position.
So from that, you can assume that the spikes won't hit where the chairs and table are? Well done, doleful detective. As you said, if you think about it calmly, it's hardly a difficult problem to solve. However, most fearing death would flee in a panic towards the corners, leaving them trapped with no option but to await their demise.
What the F? Whoever designed this manor has got, like, serious issues.
Sir Mystic, your nimble insight saved our lives. 1,000 gramercies, my good man. Think nothing of it. It is, after all, human nature to protect your companions, is it not? Remember this, the trepidation within the hearts of man often obscures the facts. I too was once imprisoned by it, committing a grave error as a result. Thus do I now hone my knowledge so as to better face the supernatural and the occult. For every deadlock, there's a ray of hope to be found. It is vital that a detective have the will to defy fear and pursue the truth. In time, the spikes recede into their cavities beneath the floor, and the room returns to how it was before. It looks as though nothing had happened at all. No one would believe me if I told them there were spikes ready to burst out from the floor. Everyone, heartily do I cry you mercy! Armor leaps to the floor and prostrates himself before us.
Sorry's not gonna cut it, tin for brains. Quit being such a reckless bozo for once.
Go easy on the guy.
Armor closed the door out of concern for our well-being. Let's just leave it at that. This rust bucket gets away with everything because you guys keep coddling him. Screw your bro code and show him some tough love.
Gah. Three of us stand in a row before the peeved-off downtown, heads bowed in apology.
Nothing but imbeciles, wall to wall, the girl said, glowering the men with scorn in her eyes.
Mind your words. It is a splendid quality to have the strength to speak so casually after such a close encounter with the Reaper. At Holmes, who it seems she's left us with quite the parting gift, hasn't she? We use our D-pads to notify the other detective about the trap in the second floor living room. Also, per Johnson's suggestion, we rig the door so that it'll stay open on its own. What are you digging into the floor?
I'm putting a wooden block in here so we can use it as a doorstop. You know, so it stops the door from closing. Duh.
She shoves a chunk of wood armor had shaved into a cube into the hole. Part of the block juts out of it, preventing the door from shutting. Pretty sturdy, so as long as it stays put, even a strong shove wouldn't close the door. It should help keep things safe. I get it. This is way simpler than securing it with a rope, not to mention more reliable.
Go me, right? I got tons of younger siblings, so we'd always wedge doors open like this. Helps keep them from smacking into stuff. Of course, it means I get like zero privacy, though.
It is true that children often injure themselves on doorknobs. I find this to be an excellent solution. Never know what life experiences may come in handy. We ensure the door won't close and set off the trap, and leave the room behind. Woo! Okay, I'm gonna BRB real quick. I just need to take 5. Stretch, make sure I'm Doing good. So, I'll be back in a moment. Okie doke. I'm back. Let's keep going, you know? Night's still young, I suppose. After we finish setting up the surveillance cameras, we decide to have dinner in the dining room. Once again, we gather around the refectory table, salivating in anticipation of Gourmet's cooking. Deki, the man of the hour, takes a seat of honor. His PC is connected to his tablet as he clatters away at the keyboard. He appears to be setting things up so that all the cameras can be monitored from the tablet. My curiosity gets the best of me, so I go over to see what he's doing. How's it going? Looks like the cameras are gonna function alright?
Yes, in fact, the one in the entrance hall is already operational. Take a look.
Teki takes his tablet off the table and shows it to me. There on the display is the entrance hall, the manor's sole means of entry and exit. With this, we should be able to prevent the culprit from sneaking out of here.
Dang, this is one killer setup we got here. Bet you can make a transmitter so we can radio back to HQ. What do you say? That's beyond my capabilities. I just combined our phone's recording functions with our D-pad's comm systems. It was nothing special, really. So modest! Security cams, instant footage. I could never make stuff like this. Instant noodles? Now that's something I excel at. Come off it, will ya? This food looks like instant noodles to you? I mean, get a load of this feast!
Rowdy's right, well, there are fewer dishes than last night. Everything is brand new, and they all look delicious. Crystal Clear's soup in particular is exquisite with its flavorful seafood stock.
The flavorful broth that melts in your mouth fish is delicious!
I'm amazed you made this with so few ingredients and seasonings.
Oh, stop with the praise or I'll turn red as a beet. Well, if you notice, this is a very simple dish. There's plenty of fish in the freezer, so I went ahead and simmered it, nice and slow. Trick to a delicious meal isn't being picky about ingredients, it's patience, thoroughness, time, and effort. Just like an investigation. So nobody get frustrated over not finding the hidden passage today, okay? Upping the heat on a soup you've labored over will only spoil it. I'm totally down to be logged up in here a few more days if we get to eat like this every night.
Likewise. The gang's all here and the party never stops. It's almost like we're on vacation.
Have some decorum, you two! Especially you, downtown! You nearly died in a trap today! And there's a chandelier and who knows what else. It's far too dangerous here. Hence why we must find that hidden passage and escape. Pronto! Oh, get that stick out of your butt, Pashi. Some casual chit-chat might bring up a few good ideas for finding that hidden passage. Like, quit being so serious and chill. You know that word? Chill. How simple. How simple life would be if idle chatter produced quality thoughts. Well, I, for one, think downtown might be onto something. What? Please, enough with your jests!
But aren't you aware, Posh? Solving cases via conversation is how downtown has moved up the ranks. It's your primary weapon, so to speak.
Conversation? A weapon? Is this meant to be some sort of jab against high society?
Not at all, I'm merely stating the facts. Answer me this, incompetent. When you need to think, which works better for you? Hiding away someplace quiet or traversing busy streets?
Somewhere quiet. I can't collect my thoughts if I'm walking around, let alone through a busy area.
I thought as much, but the data shows that many distinguished business leaders prefer the latter, livelier option.
Really? Why would that be? I simply cannot comprehend. Explain it in nobleman's terms, if you please. It's because it provides your brain with the appropriate amount of stimulation. Obviously, background noise will distract if you need to concentrate, but if you want to broaden your mind, too much focus can work against you. It's as Renegade says, the brain is most active with new stimuli, so continuous engagement, i.e. talking, makes it easier to develop fresh ideas. The more we converse, the easier it is for each of us to share what we know. This facilitates an otherwise neglected exchange of information. In fact, downtown is the third fastest in the DA at solving cases. Only founding detective Vidok and Ideal, our de facto chief, exceed her. Downtown deepens her interactions with others, both to her benefit and theirs. This social deduction is highly regarded within the DA.
To think so much thought lies behind that method.
There's far more to you than meets the eye. I mean, it's like I put that much thought into it. Oh wait, that was posh, my bad. To think so much thought lies behind that method. There's far more to you than meets the eye. It's like I put that much thought into it. My head just goes into sleep mode if there's no tea to spill. You know how mysteries, the side character will say whatevs and then something clicks into place? That's why I prefer group chats over going solo. Social deduction, is it? I return to my seat. Armor sits next to me, deep in thought. I too must devise a unique deduction technique of my own. If the idea is to stimulate your brain, maybe some light exercise would help clear your mind. Ahaha! Workout deduction! Magnificent! I shall put it to the test this very night. Just remember not to focus too much on the exercise or you'll forget to do any actual thinking. But to train is to battle against the self! Would it not prove fatal to ruminate on idle thoughts in the heat of combat? If that's the way you see it, maybe you just aren't cut out for this. It's a bit tricky to get right. I've worked a case with Downtown before, and she's actually pretty attentive to her surroundings. You could say she has a knack for picking up on social cues. Anyway, it's obvious she excels at talking to people without bothering them. I'm thinking that when I approached myself and we eluded the spike trap, she chided me for it, preventing me from growing overly dispirited. She also scolded us back when Holmes died. That's Downtown's way of being kind, I'm sure of it. Right, about that. I'm just gonna come out and say it since it's you incompetent. But Downtown's friend was actually killed by the quartering Duke. That's why she gets so weirdly fixated on camaraderie. Quartering Duke killed her friend? Someone's coughing echoes in the dining room. Bookworm is covering her mouth, looking pale in the face. Mystic stands behind her, patting her back with concern. Are you alright, Bookie? You just have endured a distressing experience. There's no need to push yourself if you are unable to eat. It's fine. After all the effort that went into his food, it would be a shame not to enjoy it, said the girl, taking up her spoon. There's no need to put on a tough front with me. Even in a detective alliance, your powers of recollection are superb. Yesterday's gruesome scene, today's deadly trap, it's a small wonder that you're at your limit after witnessing such horrors in quick succession. Mystic gives a gentle smile as he takes Bookworm's trembling hands into his own. She gives him a silent nod before the two of them stand. Our apologies for leaving early, but we will be retiring for the night. We may leave our plates where they are. I'll return to clean them up. Is Bookworm okay? That food wasn't poisoned, was it? Nothing of the sort, I assure you. Be brief, it is an adverse effect of her memory. An adverse effect? I shall explain at another time. Again, our apologies for disturbing you all. Please, continue dining. With that, they leave the room. Everyone's minds must be on Mystic and Bookworm. Our chatter dies down as we eat in silence. Afterwards, we all pitch in to clean up before going our separate ways. Oh, incompetent! Are you busy after this? Gourmet calls me right before I leave. Techie is with her, bouncing his tablet and laptop on his knees.
These two make a bit of an odd couple.
まだ言っていない書斎を見ておこう
I thought about taking a look at the study, but I don't really have anything planned. What's up?
We want to set up the tablet in the living room so we can check out the security cams, but we need one of the guys to help us move the furniture. Armor and Dolphin both refused. They were worried they would inadvertently break my electronics.
They might have a point there. I'd be happy to help. I picture Armor snapping a tablet with his brute strength, or Dolphin tripping over and ripping through the cords.
How cold. You ought to extend that invitation to me.
We exchange a glance at the unexpected words from this equally unexpected person. You want to help too, Renegade?
Why the surprise? Didn't I say my hobby is volunteering back when we first met?
I can't help.
When I see someone struggling, it's in my nature. In fact, it's the reason I became a detective.
It's striking how insincere he sounds. As usual, I can't get a read on him, but many hands make light work, so it can't hurt to say yes.
Well, thanks.
Okay then, let's head to the living.
I'll help as well. I do have some seniority here after all.
Workaholic, you're still here? I reflexively jump back, surprised to see Workaholic next to me. I've been here the whole time. Seems I don't make much of an impression. It kind of stings, actually.
Sorry, but yes, we'd appreciate the hand. So many nice young men helping out. This'll make setting up the tablet a breeze. Thanks, everybody. Let's head to the living room.
Gourmet pushes Techie's wheelchair out of the room. Start following after them, but when my hand touches the door...
Don't worry, I'm not up to anything. Promise.
So you say, but talk is cheap. I sense a palpable tension between Workaholic and Renegade Detective. Something happened earlier this afternoon? I'm curious, but too cowardly to ask, so I continue to the living room.
All surveillance cameras are in position. Thank you for your help, everyone.
Having rearranged the living room furniture, installed the cables, and set up the tablet, our work was finally done. About 9 p.m. The room's layout made wiring things difficult, so the process wound up taking much longer than we had anticipated.
How do we view what the cameras are recording? You use a tablet on the table for that. There's an overview of the surveillance feed on the home screen. Just tap one to expand the video. Oh, Rowdy! Combat training in our room again, I see.
We can't hear anything, but look at how hard she's going at it. Classic Rowdy.
There's no sound?
Correct, I couldn't get clean audio out of smartphone speakers, so I gave up on it.
It's a bit of a relief to hear that isn't recording sound. It means I can speak with Holmes in my room without anyone finding out.
Great work, Techie.
This means nearly every room is covered by a camera, doesn't it? I'll loop in the other detectives regarding this update via D-pad.
Hopefully these cameras will be enough of a deterrent to prevent any further casualties.
It should, seeing as even our rooms are being monitored. Trying to go after anyone now would be basically confessing that you're the Duke.
Right. Thanks for the reassurance, incompetent. Techie, you've been so distracted by your work, you've hardly eaten. Why don't you head to the dining room and I'll fix a meal for you. If you really don't mind, then yes, please. Thank you so much.
Gourmet pushes Techie's wheelchair and the two of them head towards the dining room. I decide this is as good a time as any to take a shower, but just as I turn to go... Renegade blocks my path. He flashes his iconic shady smile.
So, about Senior Detective's killer. What do you two make of it?
Workaholic steps in front of Renegade as if to shield me. He answers in a cold voice that betrays his usual calm demeanor. That's rather abrupt of you to ask. Sorry, but I have no comment to give at the moment.
Why not? Shouldn't fellow detectives share their insights?
I'd agree, but that bad habit of yours, even after finding the truth, you continue to pick apart. Do away with that and then we can talk.
How insulting. You wound me. Come on, guys! Hard to believe how sour the mood got the moment Gourmet and Techie left. Seems the unease I sensed earlier on wasn't just my imagination. Like I thought, something must have happened between these two. What do you think, Incompetent? Is the Quartering Duke really among us? I can't say anything for sure yet, but I want to believe he isn't. Ah, you want to believe, do you? And why's that? Well, we're all on the same team, for one thing. I don't like the idea of having to suspect my fellow detectives. Such a pure answer. Makes me tingle. But don't you find it strange? Those of us who were summoned to this island have close to nothing in common. Strange? He's right. There's no consistency in our ages, genders, or ranks within the organization. I'd assume the group was assembled for its diversity and range of abilities, but now that he mentions it, it's a bit odd. No guess as to why we were all chosen, Workaholic Detective? You were in charge of keeping touch with home, so you must have heard something. If I had, I would have told everyone. The initial selection was carried out by Vidal, the founder of our organization. I doubt even the chief, let alone us, knew much about it. I see. Well, that settles it for now. Though I did discover that there's something we all have in common when rummaging through the documents in the study. Something we all have in common? Upon my asking, Renegade Detective withdraws a notebook from his pocket, explaining away as he flips through the pages. First, let's assume that the Dayless Night incident 13 years ago had an influence on the Quartering Duke cases. You mean the failed large-scale terror attack attempt from that new religious movement? What do they have to do with the Quartering Duke? A whole lot of things, actually, but I'd say there are 2 points that are easy to grasp. First, a mysterious figure known as Lucifer claimed credit for the Dayless Night incident, after which he planned to incite mass murder nationwide. If not for Vidal, Senior, and Co., the carnage would have surpassed the Duke's. Doesn't that make it seem like the Duke is following Lucifer's lead? Another clue is the neurotoxin made by those behind the Dayless Night incident was also used in the Quartering Duke's killing. So it can't be manufactured at an individual scale. It's safe to assume that the remnants of that new religious movement are working with the Duke. Well, Workaholic Detective, any objections to my theory so far? No. Your observations are astute. I, too, think there's a connection between the Quartering Duke and the Dayless Night incident. Renegade Detective smiles contentedly at the Workaholic's words before continuing with his explanation. And that's when I realized every detective on this island may be linked to either a Quartering Duke case or the Dayless Night incident. Linked? In what way exactly? As I said, Senior helped solve the Dayless Night incident. Moreover, Gourmet, Workaholic, Doleful, and Rowdy all lost family that day. How do you know that? Why do you think I was holed up in the study for so long? Reading through pile after pile of the Precious Detective Alliance documents takes time. Obviously, there's no information that directly ties to anyone, but for me, it was all too easy to piece together, like finding a treasure trove. That's why you didn't help search the manor. You had your own investigation. Prying into private affairs is a sordid pastime, you know. You really do say the darndest things. Isn't conducting an earnest investigation the proper course for a detective? What about everyone else? I don't know much about the Dayless Night incident, aside from what I've seen on TV. Bookworm is a victim of a case caused by a remnant of that religious movement. Mystic solved it and adopted her after. Talk about going the extra mile. In Tipperol downtown, her best friend was slain by the Quartering Duke. I'll bet she hates the guy more than anyone else. Downtown lost her best friend to him? It's like what Doleful said during dinner. Thinking back, I did feel a sense of rage.
from someone whenever the quartering Duke came up. It was downtown. The girl who knows how to read a social situation, she must have been forcing a cheery smile to avoid spreading negativity. I still haven't figured out the connections for you, Holmes, Posh, Tech, or Armor. But I'm sure there must be something. The horrible scene from 10 years ago resurfaces in my mind. If that confinement incident is connected to a Dayless Knight or the quartering Duke, then both Holmes and I fit into Renegade's theory. I feel as if there's something I'm still struggling to remember. Something I can't afford to forget. Whatever the case, I have no doubts as to why we were all brought on this island. Now, fellow members of the Detective Alliance, let's work together to solve the quartering Duke case. All for one, and one for all. You have some nerve to say it after spewing enough nonsense to have incompetent jumping at every shadow now. You act as though life comes cheap. I will never approve of someone like you, who treats murder cases like entertainment. Well, me more, why don't you? I value life more deeply than anyone else, you know? I swear by all that is holy. Renegade's glib words sound recited, like lines from a play. It's little wonder that a vein is pulsing on mild-mannered workaholic's temple. The Renegade said is true, incompetent. Many detectives here are tied to the Dayless Knight incident, and its heir, the quartering Duke. To put it plainly, it would be no surprise for one of us to be the Duke. We must determine who is friend and who is foe. That, of course, applies to me as well. I always figured the two of us wouldn't see eye to eye. Renegade Detective lets out a disinterested yawn as he heads to the exit. Detectives are egotistical by nature. From Sherlock Holmes to Kogoro Akechi, they're all more selfish than any criminal could be. Alright, Ami, you have a good night. I'll see you around. Thank you for stopping by all the same. A detective doesn't care who's friend or foe. What matters is whether one finds fulfillment while being true to oneself. No. Of course, it's in our best interest to help one another, and we should do so much as we can. But living like one and to die for others makes one unfit to be a detective. I'm talking about you, workaholic, you upright family man. I don't need to take this from an outcast like you. Watch yourself or you'll end up revealing your true colors. Renegade makes his way out of the living room, laughing uproariously all the while. Once it's just the two of us, Workaholic lets loose with a deep sigh, sitting down right where he is. Why must everyone be so selfish? I feel as though my stomach is doing flips. Are you okay? I've got medicine for that if you need it. Thanks, incompetent, but it's quite alright. Adults always have such things on hand. So I had to see Renegade and me lock horns like that. We had a disagreement earlier today, and we've been at it ever since. So that's what happened. It figures. Renegade Detective seems to be the obstinate type, and yet... is that really all there is to it? It's hard to believe that their bad blood is only due to a conflict of opinion. Of course, now isn't the time to pry into it. Well, I think I'm going to clock out for the day. Regardless of how many cameras we've installed, it's still dangerous to be on your own. Please be careful. I will. Thank you, Workaholic. Now alone in the room, I lean back in my chair, letting my mind linger on the things Workaholic had said. Determine who's friend and who's foe, huh? I look at the security feeds on the tablet and see the detectives in their rooms, each of them passing the time in their preferred way. Downtown does her nails, Rowdy is training vigorously. Armor sits cross-legged in meditation, Doleful is dozing in bed while Posh pens a letter. Everyone has their own circumstances, each is living according to their own ideals. I refuse to even entertain the idea of one of them being the quartering Duke. I hope we all make it back alive. I honest feelings slip out of my mouth. I'm startled when they receive a reply.
Such ideal aspirations. Perhaps the title of ideal detective suits you better than it does me. Holmes.
She floats over to my side, pressing close to me. Not as though I could feel the weight of her body, but strangely enough, it still makes me feel warm and relaxed.
You've been gone for a while now. Where were you hiding?
Despite only existing in the realm of thought, it seems I too experience fatigue. My mind dozed off for a time, not similar to taking a nap.
So basically, you still need to get some rest every once in a while.
There's still so much to unpack, but it would appear so, yes. Much like a human body, a consciousness shuts down for 6 to 8 hours a day. Since you mentioned not seeing me, I must assume that I am not visible to you during this period. Quite an odd arrangement, I must say.
That makes three rules we know about. That makes 3 rules we know about how Holmes functions. A, she can't be more than 3 meters away from me. B, our minds are linked so she can read my thoughts, share my dreams when I'm asleep. And C, her mind shuts down once a day for 6 to 8 hours, during which I can't see her. So even as a living thought, she doesn't have free reign. Talk about inconvenient. By the way, you said the culprit is still in the manor, right?
That I did. What about it?
Well, that would mean that it has to be someone in the Detective Alliance, right? Holmes' eyes go wide, and she tilts her head in apprehension.
Why ask now, after all this time? Is someone acting particularly suspicious?
It's just the opposite. When I'm with everyone, all I see is a group of individuals who are passionate about their convictions. I can't wrap my mind around the idea that one of them could be a serial killer like the Quartering Duke. Workaholic said I need to figure out who my enemies and allies are, but I have no clue. Am I just not cut out to be a detective?
Is that what's troubling you? You truly are adorable.
Holmes motions as if she were patting me on the head, smiling as she continues to speak.
Consider this, Watto. Human beings cannot simply be divided into friends or foes. Let's say, for example, that Mystic Detective is the killer.
Would you then call the way he saved you today an act of evil?
No, that isn't... Why are you hesitating? If he's the culprit, that makes him your sworn foe, doesn't it?
I can't condone murder, but I can't see him as my enemy either. I wouldn't judge him without knowing the relevant context first.
Well said. Good or evil, friend or foe, these denominations can always shift according to the situation and point of view. I can see why Workaholic suspects Renegade, but you needn't do the same with your fellow detectives, Watto. If you think you should trust them, do so.
Situation and point of view, huh? She's right. I don't know what happened between Workaholic and Renegade, so I can't make any judgments. And that's to say nothing of how much I still don't know about the other detectives. I should start talking to each one of them so I can get to know their lives and personalities better.
Looking to get to know the others better, hmm? A good call. And very much a you thing to do. I'm rooting for you, Watto.
Would you please stop reading my mind?
There's no helping it. I hear you even when I don't want to. We're halves of a whole, you and I. 2 minds in 1 body. Nothing else, I will always be at your side. On what may. I would appreciate a little more trust on your part.
Well, of course, I trust you, Holmes. Holmes, you say? I hear a voice behind me and swivel around. Standing there is Mystic, a grim look upon his face. Shoot, I completely dropped my card! The sudden interruption sends my heart racing. I shoot Holmes a glance for guidance, but
Opportunity knocks. Why don't you go ahead and tell him about me?
Holmes giggles next to Mystic as if this whole situation doesn't concern her in the least.
What have I gotten myself into?
Bookie is asleep, so I decided to check on you all, only to stumble upon a chance to find him. It is time you told me the full truth. Mystic Detective begins to approach me. I wonder if he'll believe me if I say I was just hallucinating like last night, or maybe that I was thinking out loud. I don't know how to spin this. Indifferent to my panicking, Mystic Detective steps up and poses one simple question to me. Are you able to perceive Holmes' spirit? Whoa! My voice cracks at the unexpected accusation. Allow me to make some tea before we begin. How many sugars do you take?
One.
Mystic Detective prepares tea for two and sits himself on the sofa across from me. I had initially thought of him as gaudy, but looking at him now, he appears almost dignified. His actions in the trap room must have swayed me. Do not be troubled. I am not here to rebuke you in any way.
Yes, you really should relax. Tensing up all the time is a bad habit of yours, you know.
I want to blurt out that she's the reason I'm so tense, but I tamp it down before it leaves my throat. Holmes floats cheerfully about next to Mystic, relishing in the fact that only I can see her. I finally start to realize how much more childish she is than my first impression of her. Is Holmes beside me right this moment? How'd you know? Crap. Stupid me, I stepped right into that one. There's no explaining my way out of this one anymore. Mystic studies me and chuckling wryly at what I assume is whatever stupid expression I'm wearing right now. Your face is far too telling for a detective. And again, perhaps that's a good thing. How did you know I was able to see Holmes? Don't tell me. Can you see ghosts too? I cannot. Much as I sought to master the gift, it is not a simple one to acquire. Simply follow the movements of your line of sight. You were gazing at someone other than me, just as when you had screamed last night. While hallucinating, one's vision turns warped and unfocused. Therefore, I surmise that you were not delirious, but instead seeing clearly. Does that mean the others figured out I was lying too? They realized I could see Holmes. They might even catch on to my denouement ability. If anyone finds out, you're certain to be eliminated, Watto. A chill runs through me as I recall Holmes' warning. Fear not, the shifts were too subtle for them to catch. Regardless, their disbelief in ghosts make it unlikely they would have touched upon the truth. Thank you for the water. That effectively makes me the only person who can deduce that you were able to see the spirit of Holmes. So be at ease. Mystic laughs as if this is all no big deal. He's so quick to catch on that it's actually frightening. This may be a weird time to ask, but do ghosts actually exist? What an odd question. You were able to see Holmes right next to me, are you not?
Precisely, Watto. It's about time you accepted the fact that I'm real instead of protesting.
Holmes sides with Mystic to pressure me. He can't even see her, yet in a weird way, they're still ganging up on me. Just isn't fair. Well, yes, I can see her and hear her voice, but in the end, it really isn't much comfort. Holmes died right before my very eyes, so being reunited is hard to believe. I keep worrying it's all some convenient delusion.
Watto.
I understand. You fear that you are falling prey to your own cognitive bias.
Cognitive bias?
It's not a difficult notion. In this case, it would apply if, in order to reach your favorite conclusion, you only sought out the facts that confirmed it. You desire to be reunited with Holmes. You want to believe the Holmes you see now is truly her. And so you seek affirmation. Correct?
Correct.
Just as Mystic says, I truly do hope that the Holmes I see now is actually her. Every piece of evidence she provides makes me believe she's the real Holmes, and that fills me with joy. I believe the Holmes I see now really is her, and I have the proof to support my thinking. And I think maybe all that proof is no more than generous interpretation of things, meaning I can't trust myself.
Most are unaware of their own biases, but you are willing to objectively assess yourself. I would say you have little to worry about.
Mystic Detective sighs in mild exasperation before patting me on the head.
There's nothing else for it. I, Mystic Detective, shall personally instruct you in how to engage with the occult.
Engage with the occult.
Incompetent detective. Would you believe me if I said that werewolves and vampires do, in fact, exist?
What, you mean the mythical monsters? Come on. There's no way they're real.
Indeed, and yet both vampires and werewolves have not only appeared in our world, but also been guilty of homicide.
What? The detective operates his D-pad, calling up a collection of files. Case of the vampire, in which the bodies of young girls were found with their blood drained, or rather, consumed. And the case of the lycanthrope, in which a renowned literary scholar's body was found clawed to shreds in a quiet residential area. I know the name of both of these famous cases, and now I see a commonality between the two.
Incompetent detective. You know what these incidents have in common?
Both are inexplicable, unsolved cases. I remember them trending online. The crime seemed so inhuman in their nature that their investigations went cold.
Yes, but in reality, the culprits have been identified in both cases. The police simply avoided making it public.
Why would the police want to keep that under wraps?
Because the perpetrators were far too anomalous. Lugosi Kamaras, the culprit in the unsolved case of the vampire, suffers from allotrophagy, with an appetite for feasting the blood of women. The Hungarian police struggle to uncover the reason for the crime. They also have yet to arrest Kamaras, which shames them to this day.
Allotrophagy? I didn't realize a disease like that actually existed.
Exceedingly rarely, but yes. Accessible examples can occasionally be found in shocking television features on people who eat dirt or iron. Theories abound as to why, but Kamaras has a high red blood cell count, causing constant dehydration. His thirst for water and iron drove him to murder. It also gives him exceptional muscular endurance and regeneration. He is thus gifted with superhuman movement, with which he evades the police.
That sounds like something straight out of a comic book or movie.
Indeed, but this is reality.
The crime took place over a decade ago, and Kamaras has been on the run ever since.
A truly terrifying man.
And yet, Miku Shizaki, the culprit behind the case of the lycanthrope, resolved by myself, is even more bizarre than Kamaras. Even more than the vampire? What did they do? Mystic clenches his fists, veins pulsing as he speaks.
She raised her own daughter as a mere tool for revenge.
The daughter, a tool for revenge? What does that even mean?
You know of foot binding. In one foreign land, small feet were once so prized the youths were made to shape them by wearing specialized shoes.
Oh, I've heard about that. The shoes stunted bone growth, making the feet unnaturally tiny, right? Difficult to imagine now, but apparently the custom was seen as quite ordinary in this country, where small feet were so idolized. In the same vein, many women suffer similarly torturous processes today, such as extreme dieting, in pursuit of unrealistic beauty.
Shizaki followed the principles of foot binding by cramming her own daughter into a box. Instead of schooling, the girl was instructed in how to kill. In so doing, she created the world's smallest murderer, capable of slipping into dwellings through unbelievably tight spaces.
Why would she do something so terrible? How could any human be that inhumane?
I'll spare you the details, but it was all due to mere envy. There are those who despise the success of others to the point of self-annihilation.
The girl found in Shizaki's house had never had her hair or nails cut and was incapable of speech.
no more than a beast in human form. The police couldn't even envision the outlandish truth. As such, no one listened to the victim's daughter, who claimed the culprit was a werewolf. When the DA sent me in, I believed the child, solving the case. I had not considered the possible existence of werewolves. It would have remained cold.
That must have been tough for the victim's daughter. No one believed her eyewitness account of her father's killer.
Quite so. If you were in the police's position, would you have humored the girl? If you were told that a crime was committed by a vampire or werewolf, would you be ready to believe it?
While they were obviously horrible stories, when I think back on my past experiences, I honestly can't criticize the police for their actions. If I had known nothing about the occult and only read about these cases, I likely would have brushed them off without ever knowing the insane reality. It seemed your way of thinking would have hardly differed from theirs. Mystic gives a pained smile, though he is peering right into my very soul. You needn't be so hard on yourself about it. Most people scoff at the mere mention of the occult, which I think is quite natural. Just now, when I inquired about vampires and werewolves, you denied their existence. I can't object at all. I'm no different from anyone else who immediately dismisses the occult. That's exactly how I'm treating the phenomenon happening to me right now, too. I probably thought my current situation was also an impossible supernatural occurrence and laughed it off.
It's only natural to feel that way if you have not even a single person who believes you.
If you will permit me, incompetent detective, I believe that you can see the deceased Holmes. He has a liking for honest men like yourself, after all. Thank you. That's reassuring to hear. I take Mystic's outstretched palm and exchange a firm handshake with him. It feels as if a burden I'm shouldering all by myself has finally been removed. As I have shown, the world is rife with that which can only be defined as supernatural. One can never see the truth if they are fettered by common sense. Thus, despite what mockery I may incur, I believe in the occult, never discounting any possibility. Only I, Mystic Detective, can fulfill this role. I see no traces of gloom in Mystic's smile. The man before me, like Holmes, is another top-notch detective, willing to become a martyr for what he believes in. Holmes said the same thing. Once the facts are disproven all other options, that which remains must also be fact. Huh. Those are the very words I passed on to her. I think the little contrarian is growing into such a splendid individual.
Watch what you say, Mystic Detective.
Holmes, who had been floating lazily in the air, shoots down towards Mystic. Of course, Mystic is entirely unperturbed since he can't actually hear her. Were you close to Holmes, Mystic?
When the detective alliance was established with her at its core, an associate of mine invited me to join. You could consider me a founding member.
You're a founding member, Mystic? And the organization was established around Holmes? Did she not tell you? I warned her time and time again that being overly secretive would be her undoing. Forgive her. She means no harm, but she tends to take on far too much on her own. Her body was often unable to handle the strain. Her efforts eventually bore fruit, and she became chief of the Alliance in both name and deed. But to me, she'll always be a little crybaby.
Hey now, enough with this ancient history. Are you trying to make Watto disappointed in me?
Holmes swings her fist in quick succession, failing to strike Mystic each and every time. It's cute to see her react in a way that matches her age, in lieu of her usual cool self, though I can't really picture Holmes as being a crybaby. I take it she's swinging her fists at me. Yeah, you're spot on. Oh, ever so quick to get physical. She never changes. How dearly I wish to see her once more. Holmes drops her fists, turning to face me. A hint of tears glint in her eye.
Watto, would you mind telling Mystic Detective something for me?
Huh? Even though I'm the only one who can hear her, Holmes drifts close to me and whispers gently into my ear.
Holmes wants to tell you something, Mystic. A message from Ideal Detective? What does she say? She says, I'm sorry that we weren't able to solve the case of the vampire. All my resolve and determination is passed on to incompetent now. Foolish girl. Even after her own demise, she still only thinks of others. Listen to me, Holmes. Don't go resting in peace just yet. I swear that incompetent and I will catch whoever killed you. When that moment comes, I would like for you to be there.
I'll be watching. You better make sure to live a good long life, Mystic. Mystic can't see Holmes, and yet they seem to look right into each other's eyes as they exchange words. I notice my drink is nearly empty. The hour is growing late. I should really finish my tea and rest up for tomorrow. When I raise the cup to my lips... Oh, that reminds me, incompetent. Tell me, can you also predict the future? I spit my tea out at the unexpected question. Your reaction says it all. It is indeed as I surmised. How did you know? Was it my line of sight again? No. Remember how you saved Doleful in that trapped room today? Your actions then tipped me off. Holmes was quite adept with her predictions, so I had an inkling. You could tell by your visage that you met a master of the skill out of. Well, you'd be right about that. He saw right through me. Holmes said I can't let my enemies learn about this power. Thankfully, it's only Mystic, but I need to be more careful. It was pure chance that I was able to save Doleful. Learning how to use and control this power has been a real struggle for me. What did Holmes say? That she had no interest in how it works. As expected, and yet if you do not grasp the principles behind it, you cannot wield it to its full extent. Such a troublesome child. Rude, I mastered it perfectly well without understanding the mechanics. You should be more than capable of doing the same, Watto. Holmes purses her lips in protest while Mystic Detective lets out a laborious sigh. Needless to say, her words don't reach him. So why geniuses who do everything extempore are so difficult. For the sake of our futures, I shall contemplate your abilities' workings. I do not mind. If you do not mind, would you share all you have experienced up to the present? Not getting too late for you? Fret not, for I am a night owl. I am a detective of all that is mystical, after all. What's that supposed to mean? Mystic brews us another pot of tea. We discuss the Denomen ability I inherited from Holmes and my newfound powers of recognition. Let us attempt to reason out why it is that you are able to predict the future. Does logic really apply here? I mean, it's basically a superpower. That is where you were wrong. Even magic and superpowers have a logic to them. In video games, magic requires points to derive from your attributes and skills. So too do all things, the occult included. Follow a set of rules. Why do you look so perplexed? I just didn't take you for much of a gamer. Do not underestimate me. You stand before the man who bought the very first copy of Ryukei the day it went on sale. But never mind that. Regardless of your prescient abilities, you cannot predict a single thing without a basis in facts. Anything noteworthy occur when you made your prediction today? How'd you mention it? When I saw Doleful in my vision, I heard something snap in my head. My field of view flickered too. Weren't there flickers also before all this though? Eureka. This suggests your ability is linked to visual cues to which your brain responds in some manner. Let us continue pursuing this train of thought. Mystic is willing to believe me no matter what I say. I wanted to discuss my precognitive abilities with anyone, but I didn't expect to find such a supportive ally. Reassuring to say the least. I'm grateful from the bottom of my heart that I'm able to speak to Mystic about this. You narrate it like you're coming out. I can tell you're enjoying yourself, Watto. It's almost enough to make me envious. Yeah, I'm having fun. It's exciting to see the mysterious and obscure start to take shape. That's the spirit. No doubt about it. You're gradually approaching the truth. And once you understand it all, I'll... You'll what? Pay me no mind. I was merely thinking aloud.
From there, my conversation with Mystic continues all the way up until dawn.
Huh? Where is this?
I realize I'm in a world of pure white. It leaves me in a daze for a moment, but the bizarreness of it all gradually keys me in. I'm in a dream.
Well, well, Watto. This time you figured out you're dreaming from the outset.
Holmes is suddenly right behind me. The abruptness strikes me as fitting for a dream. Sensing I've accepted the situation, Holmes keeps talking as she walks around the area.
The question is, your discussion with Mystic led you to ascertain the nature of your newly awakened denouement?
He's referring to what happened before I fell asleep. I racked my brain trying to recollect my conversation with Mystic. It was coming back to me in bits and pieces. Well, strictly speaking, the denouement isn't the power that predicts the future, but one that allows you to see through everything. Mystic believes it stems from visual feedback.
Right on the mark. They say a human brain records everything that it sees, but simply isn't able to recall it all to mind. Even within our group, we have Bookworm with the incredible ability to remember all she's seen. Our visual recollection is far greater than we realize.
That flawless recollection of everything she's ever seen is the cause of Bookworm's suffering. Now I realize why she was so glum about using her ability while we set up the cameras. It hurts to think back on how high my spirits were then. Being unable to forget a single thing must be far more taxing than I can imagine.
Now for the real question. If you recall all you see, honing your eye to perfection will allow you to record information in greater detail now. Not only images, but movements, subtle minutiae, or a residual thought like me. What would happen if you could perceive all the world has to show?
Huh? What would happen?
As you've already experienced, you would see the future. That is the real nature behind the foresight Denouement has bestowed upon you.
By knowing everything, you can predict the future. I think I've heard something like that before. Isn't that called, Laplace's demon?
Well done. Yes, this is the same principle. Every outcome has a cause. Therefore, if you can grasp all causes, you can derive all outcomes, paradoxical as it may sound.
So if I pay close enough attention to everything that passes my field of vision...
Yes, it stands to follow that you will become able to envision the future. I surmised this as you and Mystic spoke. Discerning causality via sharpened vision is the crux of the denouement, as well as how you can perceive me. Essentially, you have been bestowed with all-seeing eyes, so to speak.
My body shivers at her words. Her explanation really drives home how amazing this power really is. However, it also raises a question. You kept telling me the principles behind the denouement didn't matter. Why suddenly explain it to me now?
I couldn't take it.
Huh? Holmes' cheeks flush, a tinge of embarrassment in her voice.
I didn't want you to think I was unreliable. So from now on, trust me, not Mystic. After all, I'm Ideal Detective, ranked number 2 in the Detective Alliance. There's nothing I don't know.
I must be dreaming. Well, I mean, I am dreaming. But it's all just a bit too convenient. Would the real Holmes actually speak this brashly? Taken aback by her out-of-the-blue response, unable to formulate a reply. My face feels hot like burning lava. Must be as red or even worse than Holmes right now. Just thinking about it is so mortifying that my skin is about to erupt. We stare at each other in total silence, our faces glowing rosily. Holmes, I have a question. I speak out, unable to handle any more of this. That's right, I still haven't confirmed if she really is Psycha or not. If I don't ask now, I may never have another chance. I don't want to lose contact without ever bringing it up. It's a dream, so I trust my chances, find my courage, and voice my thoughts. Holmes, 10 years ago, were you really? Don't try and stop me, you slack-jawed palooka! It's morning. I leap upright, awakened by a sudden angry voice. Apparently, I fell asleep on the sofa. I must have passed out while conversing with Mystic, upon which he covered me with a blanket. How nice. Sorry, Mystic. It pains me the way I was nothing but a burden yesterday. I don't want people babysitting me. I need to shape up and be a real detective. And there's that dream I just had. Didn't get to ask her after all. I thumped my chest lightly, determined to work up enough courage to ask next time. Enough about my denouement and visual feedback or whatever. I need to stop acting like such a coward and be brave when it matters most. Like I said, ain't nothing to do but do it! There's no time to be down on myself. Angry voices clamor in my periphery as I space out. Sounds like things are getting heated. I need to see what's going on fast. Hold on. It's been a while. Day 3.
There you are, incompetent. You gotta get out. You gotta get over here, stat. Rowdy and Armor are going like totally buck wild.
Okay, I'm right behind you. Downtown dashes to the entrance hall, pulling me along by the hand. How many times do I gotta say it? We can take that black whatever it is, capiche? Time is of the essence. Pray Aphiosin, and we shall sally forth. Calm down, you two. Let's try and keep our heads on, shall we? The whole crew can get wasted here, and you want me to stay calm? Armor and Rowdy crowd around Workaholic in front of the door. Their menacing posture makes them look ready to pounce. What's all the commotion about? The words Rowdy blurted stick out to me in particular. What's all this about getting wasted? Sir Incompetent! Hey, perfect timing! Help me talk some sense into these eggheads, will ya? Rowdy approaches me while holding one of the flower bases on display all over the manor. Recognize his vase, yeah? Notice anything fishy? There's one in every room, right? Doesn't seem all that strange. What's up? What's up? We're way beyond what's up, bub! These vases, they house the toxin most foul. One that turns to vapor at room temperature, pervading its environment. Huh? So you mean if we stayed here?
Yep. Every one of us nearly died. If I hadn't been investigating with my friend Sniffy Whiffy, it would have been in dire peril.
You were the one who discovered it, Taki?
Sniffy Whiffy happened to react to it this morning. My analysis confirms the same substance that was used to kill the staff at Snarks.
So the culprit trapped us all in the manor so they could off us with poison gas? It's possible. Well, of course, the culprit would need some way to survive it themselves. Why go through all the trouble? They killed 22 people at the same time in the research facility. They could just as easily do the same with us if they wanted to. It doesn't add up. Maybe they're just looking to make us panic rather than wipe us out.
I was discussing our next move with Workaholic in the dining room, but then these two overheard us.
Keep your pants on! When I'm done, that big black doohicky's gonna be a bucket of scrap! When you're done? You've forgotten how it took all our efforts just to buy us some time? You're being way too reckless. It'll be different this time! I've worked myself into shape the past 2 days so I can wallop that thing. No way it'll get one over on me. I too stand at the ready. Teki hath bended mine armor to flawless impenetrability. That loathsome sable monstrosity shall taste the fury of my fists. You two need to relax. I understand that you're unhappy with our lack of progress these past 2 days. But haste makes waste, as they say. More important to keep calm when your back's against the wall. Alex right. Holmes gave her life to protect us. You don't want to put yourselves back in danger after that? Rowdy flinches while her expression turns spirited once again as she sinks to her knees, touching her head to the floor. Come on, trust us! I know I ain't much when it comes to head work, but these fists can help you here and now. Promise. We seek only to employ our martial might to the vantage of all. Our Armor follows Rowdy's lead, falling to his knees and bowing before beseeching us in a pietous tone. Lady Rowdy and I take pride in the strength of our arms, yet we're of no succor to Lady Ideal. We cannot remain idle whilst our allies could be slain. Rowdy, Armor. I get where the two are coming from. Your areas of expertise don't contribute much to our search for the hidden passage. They were already frustrated, and now there's these poison vases that could have killed their fellow detectives. No wonder they're so wound up. I've been totally useless too, so I know how they feel. Seeing as I'm the only one in their shoes, it's up to me to dissuade them. Now, how can I talk them out of this?
This would be a good time to use your denouement.
You want me to make a prediction right here? How would I even do that? I whisper out as Holmes appears beside me. She then begins to explain, her face gentle and mild.
As I told you in your dream, the denouement can foresee future tragedies when provided with sufficient visual feedback. So long as the requisite information is in your sight, you should be able to predict these tragedies consciously. It's obvious that Armor and Rowdy will die if they attempt to fight that black machine. Now, try finding out what their outcome will be.
You mean predict their deaths? I respond on instinct, taken aback by how blithely she made her grim suggestion. Obviously, I'm hesitant to foresee the demise of my friends.
You understand, don't you? Everyone can guess these two will die if they go on the offense. The real issue is that they won't accept it. Even if you can see the future, it means nothing if you can't change it. Therein lies the hardest part. If things continue as they are, they both will die. The only way to prevent this is by proving what terrible future lies in store for them.
Just gotta do it. Obviously, I would never want to picture my friends dying, but right now it's the only way to stop these two reckless detectives. Denouement grants me the ability to see all. I focus my vision, scrutinizing the two people whose futures I need to glean. They're incompetent.
What's the big idea eyeing us like that?
Oh, well, I'm trying to use the simulation technique Holmes taught me to see if you two can win this fight.
Swim Malaysian technique? What, are you gonna paddle all the way down south? No, stupid. Simulation. He's like imagining what'll happen if you two dumbasses go fight. Am I right, incompetent?
Exactly, downtown. I'm still getting used to the process, but I'm getting better at it. Saved Dolphin in that trapped room yesterday, remember? That was thanks to one of my simulations.
Oh my gosh, that was legit scary. If you hadn't jumped in, Dolphin would have been a shish kebab.
You serious? Riley reluctantly backs down after downtown's anecdote. Thank goodness. I made that lie up on the fly, but thanks to her, it all worked out. Okay, one step closer to stopping Rowdy and Armor from getting themselves killed. I refocus my vision on the two of them. In order to see what happens in the future, I need to observe them intently, discerning the causes that will lead to the outcome. Can these two even battle that thing on equal ground? At first glance, they appear to be in perfect fighting shape. Things would surely go better than when we got ambushed last time. Maybe they really can take that robot down. Just as I contemplate this, a switch flips inside my head with an audible click. Then the manner unfolds in my field of view. In a split second, my vision is soaked in blood. My head burns in pain to the point where I can no longer stand. I totter before involuntarily sinking to my knees. And then the world reverts back to the entrance hall. So incompetent! What ails you?
Gibbs, you end up simulating something bad?
Yeah, I saw the worst possible outcome. I press my hands to my forehead, which feels as hot as a tea kettle, and stand up, ready to tell them the facts of the matter. Armor, Rowdy, you definitely shouldn't go out there. My simulation showed me if you try, you'll get overwhelmed in no time. What the hell are you going on about? Both of you, listen to me. Rowdy grabs me, but I push her back and continue speaking. Even a rock slide couldn't damage that thing, remember? There's no way you would be able to bring it down in hand-to-hand combat.
You think we don't know that? That's why Armor is gonna be my shield while I scope for weak points.
My armor sustained nary a scratch when it was slashed in our previous bout. Longly shall I be able to stall out that monstrosity. Your body is still compensating for that spot where you got hit, though, isn't it? Armor recoils, completely caught off guard by my remark. Sorry for not noticing until now, but you're still hurting, aren't you, Armor? Try to buy time, you'll end up taking a lot more hits than you did before. You really think you'll be fine after that?
That is...
Armor hangs his head in defeat. He knows exactly what will happen if he goes ahead with this plan. Besides, in my vision of the future, he was dead and drenched in blood, despite being covered up from head to toe.
Nah, confidence got it all wrong, pal. You'll be fine no matter how many whacks you take, capiche?
You can still feel each impact through the armor. Even if the suit doesn't break, the person inside might not be so lucky. In the very beginning, you were fully prepared to walk out that door and die. Am I wrong, Armor? After a long silence, Armor speaks up in a halting voice. As you say, I intended to lay down my life as to secure an opening.
Say it ain't so. I ain't never gonna let you do something like that.
Full well did I know you would object. That's why I resolved not to apprise you.
Don't go making plans to sacrifice yourself, you king-sized dingbat. Why, I oughta. What gives you the right to say any of that?
I turned to see Gourmet looking unusually upset. Downtown stands next to her, sticking her tongue out with a cheeky grin. She must have gone and called Gourmet over. The girl really is a clever one.
Weren't you also trying to risk your life for a chance to fight, Rowdy? You're in no position to criticize Armor. No, I mean, see, it's like, the thing is, my gut told me I'd win. See? The more like the result is that you would die. We're not about to approve a plan that puts our own people in danger. Ugh. Someone's in trouble. You hate to see it. Shut your trap! Oh, sticking your nose where it don't belong. Way to jack my line. What, just because you don't contribute anything, you're gonna go all kamikaze on us? As if we'd like that?
Downtown walks up to Rowdy and flicks her on the nose.
Look, we're the Detective Alliance. That makes us a team. We gotta think of a way to get us all out of here.
End of story. She did say you hate to see it. After she said no cap in the first stream, I've kind of just resigned myself to my fate. of getting a little bit of psychic damage.
Oh, and I can't use my social deduction by myself, so if you think you're useless, that's like saying I am too. Don't do me dirty like that, biatch. And there's you, Tin Can. You better tell us where you got hurt. Like, even a small injury can kill you if it's poisoned or gets infected, you feel me?
Yes. Forgive me for causing you concern.
You think I'm concerned? As if, Mr. Comic Relief character. I just don't want you, like, screwing us over when the chips are down. You want us to protect us, huh? How you gonna do that if you can't protect yourself? Bottom line, you two, quit being stupid and listen to the smart detective. That's what useless extras like us do. Got it? Got it?
Yes. Rowdy and Armor reply in unison, brought to shame by Downtown's tirade. Downtown might just be the scariest of us all when she gets rubbed the wrong way. Looks that way. Workaholic and I exchange sheepish grins.
Getting back on track, that simulation was spectacular. Why'd you tell us you had this special ability?
Yes, it was extremely impressive. Especially the way you spotted Armor's hidden injury. Quite the observation. Was the Chief aware you had such a keen eye? Oh, well, it really wasn't a big deal. My reply comes out awkwardly, but I still break out into a grin despite myself. Never been praised like this before, but what makes me even more happy is that this is the first time I willingly used my denouement. I think I've gotten the hang of activating it on command now. It's like Holmes said in my dream, my vision is the key. I can see the future by focusing on all the necessary info around me. And I've noticed something else, too. I need to change. I'll be in my room. The moment I say this, I begin walking towards my sleeping quarters. I pass through the hall, and as soon as I enter the door, thrust my face into a trash can. Just then, the contents of my stomach come spilling out. It's awful. My entire body is trembling. Just opening my eyes is enough to make me queasy. It's a disgusting feeling, like somebody's grabbing my brain and swirling it around. What's happening to me?
I forgot to mention, the denouement places an unusually heavy toll on your mind. Take care, as it'll leave you unable to stand for a time.
Now you tell me. I can't take the pain in my skull as I collapse straight into bed. My eyes snap open to the sound of knocking. Nearly groaning from the lingering pain in my head, I stand up and walk to the door. Upon opening the door, I see Armor standing before me. Sir Incompetent, are you well?
Yeah, sorry to make you worry. I was up late talking to Mystic, so I was still a bit sleepy. I'll be fine.
Relief, my mind is put to ease. You saved me once again this morning. I must apologize. Meseems I am but a burden to you. Armor bows his head. Even through his helmet, I can tell how sincerely sorry he feels. Though often he acts without thinking, it's always for the sake of others. I can't find it in myself to fault him for that. Don't worry, we all know you're only acting out of consideration for us. Would that I were so noble a man. Huh? Pay me no heed, 'tis a personal matter. Shall we dine in the living room while surveying the camera footage? The cameras? Did they capture something? Forsooth, I am ignorant of such electrical mechanisms. Prithee, might you instruct me in their operation? Sure. I can bring up the speed and still have time for breakfast, although it must be past noon by now. Is it okay if I take a shower on the second floor first? I feel gross after sweating in my sleep. Content! In the meantime, I shall gather our repast from the dining hall and meet you in the living room. There yet remain several British sandwiches prepared by Mystic this forenoon. They shall serve as our midday meal. Same ones he made yesterday? Those are so delicious. I'm looking forward to it. I step out with a change of clothes, leaving Armor at the entrance hall as I head to the second floor. I enter the shower, still half asleep, but the warm water wakes me up. As I wash myself, the pain in my head dissipates in the heat. Since I reacted so strongly to using my denouement just once, I'm gonna want to be extra careful about when and where I pull it out. I can't just go predicting things left and right. Ah, shit. Until I'm out of commission for half a day, and I have to save it for when it's needed. Freshly changed, I exit the bathroom, only to run face first into downtown. I must have startled her quite a bit, the way she jerks back away from me. It makes me feel a little bad, actually. Downtown, sorry about that.
Nah, that was on me. I was totally spacing out there. You were kind of passed out on camera forever, so I got kind of worried. But hey, super stoked to see you're all good.
Thanks. I'm heading to the living room to eat with Armor. Do you want to join, maybe?
That's cool of you to ask and all, but I'll swing by a little later.
You have something else going on?
Idjit, do you not know where that door behind you goes?
Huh? For a moment I realized this room doesn't have just a shower, but a toilet too. So if I'm in her way, that means... Oh! Sorry, I'll be on my way!
Dipstick.
I bow an apology over and over before leaving downtown to presumably take care of business. Now I think about it, there's really only one reason I bump into her here. She was right to call me a dipstick. I decided to apologize again once downtown joins us in the living room. Armor? I chance upon Armor at the entrance hall. I thought I was bringing our lunch to the living room. Did something happen? Didn't have to wait for me, you know. I said I'd meet you in the living room. Sir Incompetent! Something grave has transpired! Grave? What happened? Come with me to the dining room. Soothly, is this the most heinous occurrence in the history of the Detective Alliance? What the?
Yeah, we've been cruelly bereaved of our British sandwiches.
That's not all that's gone, though. The fridge has been completely ransacked, leaving all the food in total disarray. First glance, it seems like nothing edible is left. Did the culprit only just now decide to starve us? Trying to unravel their thought process here has me baffled. What shall we do, sir incompetent? I knew not if I should sound the alarm, so I chose instead to wait for your arrival. Mine, specifically? My voice jumps against my wishes. I rank far lower than Armor and have zero experience as a detective. Plus, no confidence as a leader. I'm glad you trust me, but I don't know the first thing about giving directions. Was it not your piercing insight that stayed my hand this morning? I haven't a doubt that you, sir incompetent, will lead us with zeal. Armor gives me a pleading look. There's no way I can say no to that. Ugh, what do I do?
It's a detective's duty to live up to the trust of others, Watto.
Holmes materializes next to Armor, looking very much like she's enjoying herself. You may be right, but I can't know what I don't know. What answer could I give to reassure him?
It's okay to be unsure. If you have no idea, then be honest and say so. Fortunately, there are many detectives aside from the two of you. Be yourself. Start with what you can do right now.
Right, I may not be deserving of this trust, but there are plenty of others here who are. Holmes' gentle voice soothes my flustered mind. After I give it some thought, there's really no question about what to check first. Let's start with the camera footage, Armor. The culprit might have been caught on film. I see! That's a calm and astute assessment. You never disappoint, sir incompetent. Surely now, let us hasten to the living room and course over that footage!
Wait a sec!
Armor takes me by the hand, dragging me from the dining room to the living room. However, despite what I just said, I'm fairly certain the culprit hasn't been caught on film. My reasoning is simple. There is no camera in the dining room. The dining room is so spacious and conspicuous, we assumed no one would try anything there. Should have known they would target the fridge. We didn't have enough cameras to go around, so we had prioritized our private rooms and other locations where a murder was likely to occur. We also made a mistake in not considering that the culprit might go after the fridge, but why now of all times? Still can't figure it out. What are they trying to achieve? What now, sir incompetent? We look for evidence in the ransacked refrigerator? That's a good idea, but why don't we share this with everyone else first? We need to warn everybody about what the culprit's doing. Not to mention, they might notice something we glossed over. As I make my response, I recall what Holmes told me. No need to rush. We should remain calm and start with what we can do. I'll check the rest of the manor on the security cameras. Can you let the others know what happened? Yeah, forthwith. Armor follows my directions, taking out his D-pad.
Good. That's the ticket.
Holmes smiles next to him. She's clearly having a good time. I'd like nothing more than to snap back at her, but I can't as long as Armor's there. Instead, I let out a heavy sigh, then touch the tablet to check the camera footage. First, let's see what's going on right now inside the manor. Maybe we'll notice something suspicious. I use the tablet. Yesterday, we worked in two groups. Today, however, the detectives are all scattered among various rooms. Each seems to be conducting an investigation using their own preferred method. Everyone's on their own today, huh? Ah, yes, after this morning's clash, we all went our separate ways. That sounds about right. It'd be awkward to work together after how intense things got. Armor and Downtown are usually the ones to rally the group, but they were right in the thick of that fight. It's no wonder everyone split up. You seem I'm naught but a vexation today. Pray forgive my shameful ways. Don't worry about it too much. Look, Mystic and Posh are working together. Mystic is touching the floor in contemplation. Meanwhile, Posh sticks some sort of measuring instrument into a flower vase. Of the other detectives, how fareth they? Workaholic and Bookworm are pouring through every book in the study, while Gourmet and Rowdy are in the rec room by a second-floor living room. Rec room has darts, billiards, all sorts of things to relax with. They're checking to see if any are rigged with traps or devices. Doleful is searching the second-floor guest rooms alone. I don't spot Renegade or Techie. They must be in the hallway.
Sup, incompetent, sir dumbass. What's new? You look kind of bummed.
Downtown. Just when I realized Downtown is walking over, she wraps her arms around me in a hug and pinches my cheek.
I totally forgot to tell you this a while ago, but like, you were straight fire this morning. I didn't think you had it in you.
Downtown, could you, Give me a little space. My heart thumps at how close her face is to mine. A whiff of soap tickles my nose, causing me to blush. She really is such a touchy-feely person.
Take it easy, man. This is a reward for stopping this steel-plated knucklehead. You always keep things real.
Yeah. Lady Downtown speaketh true. If anything so incompetent, you contribute far more than you ought to.
Look, even the troublemaker-in-chief here knows what's up.
If you say so, I'm glad to hear it. These are the first two people I met on Morgue, so it really does make me happy that you have them say this. Our initial encounter, the way they suspected me, it all feels so long ago at this point.
You know, I feel like we've been gelling ever since we first got on this island.
Indeed, which was by peculiar ties we were brought together, but then fate itself can be rather peculiar. It's a little strange, isn't it? We've managed to bond despite these dire circumstances. So much happened since I arrived here. I just hope we've seen the last of it. The only thing I wish is for all 12 of us to get off of this island safely. Can you stop saying that? You are literally manifesting it. As if answering my wish, my D-pad chirps. Mystic's contacting us.
He says he's got something to tell us or whatever, so we should wait in the living room for him. That reminds me, when we were in the trap room before, he was totally all, I do believe I found the hidden passage. Maybe that's the big reveal.
Joyous tidings indeed. Let us await Sir Mystic's arrival. We stop shuffling about and check the cameras while waiting for Mystic. Suddenly, the feed in the trap room flashes. Posh rushes out the door. Maybe Mystic told her directly to join the rest of us in the living room. Mystic himself, the person of interest here, doesn't leave. Did something happen? Something not odd about Sir Mystic?
Yeah, he hasn't moved for a while now. Like, what's the deal with that?
I'm heading up. Something must have happened.
Hold up, he told us to sit tight in the living room, so let's just chill here. We'll watch the cams and go help if something sketchy happens.
Yeah, okay. Downtown's right. Plus, I have my Denoman ability, so we don't really need to rush here. Hear the door open and turn around. Renegade enters, pushing Techie's wheelchair in front of him.
Are we all gathered for Mystic's message?
Actually, we're already here checking the camera footage. We were trying to figure out who ransacked the fridge.
So the culprit makes their move at last.
Wish they would have just stayed put till we escaped the manor.
Well, I'm excited for what Mystic has to share. He was investigating the trap room for a while. It could be that he's found the hidden passage.
Yeah, hopefully so.
Incompetent! Look at the security cam!
Follow Downtown's lead and hurry to study the camera feed. Mystic Detective sinks to his knees before sliding out of view. It almost looks like he lost consciousness after being attacked. What? Did someone hurt Mystic?
Don't ask me. We were watching the stream the whole time, but nothing weird happened.
Just as Lady Downtown says, Sir Mystic has been suddenly stricken by agonies unknown. But that's impossible! Just then, something even more difficult to believe occurs on screen. The door on the western side shuts all on its own. We blocked that door. It couldn't have closed. Not unless the doorstop was removed. The camera feed, however, tells us nothing. My head starts to spin. I don't understand what's going on. Just what are we being made to watch? Even without the powers of the Denoman, I can tell what's going to happen next. Oh no! The trap is going to be triggered! We need to save Mystic! No sooner do the words leave my mouth than everyone else leaps into action.
I'd only slow you down, so I'll hang back and watch the cameras. If something comes up, I'll notify you via D-pad.
Got it! Be careful, Techie! As I head to the exit, I run into Workaholic and Bookworm. What's going on? Not another fight, I hope. Mystic's in danger! We're on our way to save him!
Father?
Bookworm goes pale. Crap, I shouldn't have said that to her. But we have to get to the trap room before it's too late. Fill us in later. I'll stay with Bookworm while you go and handle things. We leave Workaholic and the others behind and spring across the living room towards the trap room on the second floor. Great. Doesn't open from the outside either. Brought the door to the trap room, but it refuses to budge. The doorknob turns uselessly in my hand.
Just bust it down then! There's no time to like dawdle or whatever.
Now this we've got! Our moment has arrived! Rowdy sprints up and lands a kick with all of her strength as Armor tackles the door. The door doesn't yield at first, but the two repeat their assault again and again. How do you like that? Sir Mystic, we have come to your aid!
Way to go! Now we can save Mystic!
Downtown lets out a small yelp as she barrels into the trap room. It can't be. I get a bad feeling as I peer inside. There's no way Mystic is dead. His calm, accurate judgment saved us all yesterday in this very same room. Even if someone got the jump on him, I don't believe he could die so easily. I'm sure he'll greet us with his usual, cool, collected smile. A stench of blood washes away the last faint traces of hope. Spikes thrusting through the floor have turned the room into a labyrinth. Gradually, they retract down like an ebbing tide. As a screech of metal retracting into the floor subsides, something heavy falls upon the ground. I look towards the sound and go silent. Mystic lies in a lake of red, his face pallid like a wax model with no sign of life. His one exposed eye stares wide from beneath his bangs. Impaled on spikes just a moment ago, his corpse is soaked in a shower of blood. Puncture wounds mark his feet to his outstretched arms. Mystic? I let the words slip out, unsure of what to expect. Of course, there's no reply. Beyond Mystic's extended hands is the table, the sole place of refuge in this spike-laden hell. He tried desperately to get the safety, but never made it. No one could have survived a direct hit from those spikes. The outcome is obvious.
What? I don't get it. The room's totally sealed, right? Like, who even closed the door? How would ever creep who killed Mystic get away? So weren't you guys watching them cameras the whole time? It's a clock any sharpers who could have done it?
There's not a soul to be seen. The Mystic's distress is sudden, and the door's sealed all on its own.
So what happened? You trying to tell me the Invisible Man did it? The hell's going on here anyhow?
Maddie's grief echoes off the walls of the room. The Invisible Man. Mystic would have loved a phrase like that. The irony is too much to bear. This case raises one too many questions. We're watching the security cameras, and yet the culprit managed to kill Mystic without getting caught on film in any way. Could Rowdy be right? Was the killer really invisible? How can we possibly approach this seemingly supernatural case? Why couldn't I protect him? Why didn't my denouement show me this tragic outcome that awaited us? I struggle not to rebuke myself. I'm supposed to be able to see the future, but I couldn't even stop my friend from dying. What is this ability even good for? Calm yourself, Watto. There's no sense in blaming the denouement for all of this. Holmes materializes at my side, scolding me for resenting my new power. The denouement wasn't triggered. That means you lack the details needed to foresee this outcome. Tragedies cannot be changed once they occur. All you can do now is seek out whatever it is you've overlooked. I know that, but how am I supposed to investigate a case as complex and bizarre as this? Remember what Mystic told you. His words flashed through my mind. Only by conquering one's fear of death can the truth be ascertained. Think, Watto. Didn't you learn how to handle the supernatural yesterday? That's right. Even cases that seem surreal and impenetrable at first can be untangled if you approach them with a calm mind. Step 1. Do not rule out any possibility. With our expertise, we should be able to find the truths that currently lay unseen. Spot on. You've come to realize that even a precognitive superpower like the denouement has regulations, haven't you? No matter how opaque things seem, the rules are always hiding somewhere. Our mission as detectives is to expose these hidden rules. Mystic taught you how to approach the occult. Thus, only you can bring order on this chaos. Muster up your courage and lead the way, Watto. I'll do my best. Thank you, Holmes. I clenched my fists, psyching myself up. The old me wouldn't have been able to utter a single word in this situation. Even if I had, my shaky voice would have undermined what I was trying to say. But I'm not shaking now. My fear is outweighed by my rage towards whoever did this. Everyone, calm down. Even if the killer is one we can't see, their actions and crimes must follow a certain set of rules. If we can manage to figure those rules out, we can catch the culprit, invisible or not.
Incompetent?
Everyone turns to look at me, but I make my way to Mystic's body without faltering. I know how righteous a man he was. It's almost as if the crime is mocking his belief in the occult, not to mention our attempts to monitor things. I've never felt anything close to the ire that's boiling up in the pit of my stomach over this despicable act. Mystic taught me how to engage with the occult. It's on me to solve this case. I have to. Standing before his corpse, I voice my promise. Watch out for us, Mystic. I swear I'll bring that phantom killer to justice! Ooh! Alright. I hate to leave us on a cliffhanger here, but I'm tired. I gotta stop for now. We'll be back next week with more of this. In the meantime, I got a smaller stream on Friday, and on Saturday we're wrapping up Mario Party 4. So keep an eye out for that. We'll be back with we'll be back with more of this next week. You can count on that. Ugh. I will see you around, hopefully. Bye-bye.